Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Road and Toe Show, episode number 38. I said that right. 3 motherfucking 8. What's up, y'all? I am Toe for Life. This is Road Dogs Media. Co-host for tonight, Heather Holt, American Justice of Texas. She'll be right back with us. And their co-host, Wolves Den News. Welcome in, y'all.
What's up, everyone? I can just see you sitting there going, motherfucking 38.
I was flipping my finger and everything towards the camera.
I can see you doing it.
I should have probably turned it on, but oh well, you know how shit is. How's everybody's Monday? It is a shitty ass Monday.
Well, had some nasty storms roll through last night, and the whole house was shaking for about an hour.
Didn't you get the ones from today?
The ones you got today, yeah.
Yeah. You're not
I've
that
got
far
some
away
people
from me.
saying something about us being late. Y'all, tornadoes touched down near Road Dogs, so
Yeah.
that had a little bit to do with signal issues tonight.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I was actually out chasing them down, trying to throw a saddle on one of them and ride it off to the sunset. But
right,
yeah, they don't like that very much. No, what I mean by last night was that was at like between 4 and 5 this morning. So I probably should be a little bit more. It was nasty. That was some bad stuff.
Yeah, we had hail come through here that they were claiming just south of us. It was about tennis ball size.
No, we got
hail. We had probably golf ball, a little bit bigger than golf ball size hail hit here.
We have some like maybe dime size hail. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to do any damage or anything like that. But
right.
It was just the fact that the house was literally shaking for about an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, when did they say earthquake was coming with the storm?
Holy shit. Farlap's in early tonight. What's up, Farlap? G'day, mate.
Farlap.
What up, Josh?
AFA's
in the house.
Yeah, Jody.
We got that lucky laptop.
Yeah. Hey, Caucasian, you can make that happen every time you come in my chat. Just do that exclamation CS and it'll drop your link every time. You can do it. The mods aren't the only ones that can do it.
Robert Bodell in the house. What's going on, Robert?
Oh yeah, welcome in, Mr. Bodell. Damn, welcome in, everybody. Golly, got a lot. Desert Goats in here.
Judd.
Holy shit!
Hey,
Judd,
I need to give Bodell a call. I haven't talked to him in a minute.
Mark Wilson.
Oh yeah, welcome in, you guys. So we got. If you guys don't remember, I think we talked about this Friday night when me and Road Dogs came on and we postponed the show till tonight. So what we're going to do is the topic's going to be a little bit, it's not going to be 1A. It's not going to be 2A, none of that. Our topic tonight's going to be about the national cemeteries.
Well, it kind of does tie into 1A because a lot of our auditors are former military.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that it really ties into 1A and 2A because you have local law enforcement shooting people on federal property.
Very true.
So, I mean, I've been watching and doing a lot of research on, surviving and stuff like that, and it's tying into the 1A community big time.
Mhm.
Because I'm seeing a lot of auditors that when it comes down to it will fail in a survival situation because they know their rights, but they don't exercise them.
Very true.
Having people come on your property and refuse to leave, whether they're law enforcement or not, you have a right to force them to leave. You have a right to stand up for your rights, up to and including the use of deadly force. So,
Right.
But yeah,
all
the
these
main
rights
thing we're
tie
going to be
into each
talking
other.
about tonight, the main thing we're going to be talking about tonight is the national cemeteries.
Yeah, they're overcrowded. The national cemeteries.
That's what they say.
Well, I mean, we're going to delve into it a little bit and see what we got. That's what, and this story was brought to us. It was brought to us by Heather Holt, and the reason why. So Heather Holt is going to take, I think, front on the story tonight, along with American Justice of Texas when she comes back, because American Justice of Texas is a military brat, and Wolves Den is former military, so.
Wait a minute. So when I call AJ a brat, that it holds true.
Yeah, she is a military brat. Her dad was a lifer in the military, so she bounced around the bases and stuff like that.
Yeah, my dad was military, but I didn't bounce.
Yeah, my dad's a Vietnam vet, but he did his 4 years and he is out.
Yeah, my dad was a lifer. He was killed in Vietnam, but he died a few years ago.
What? Wait, what?
A few years ago.
In other words, the soul died.
He died a few years ago.
Oh.
What killed him
was Vietnam.
Not only mentally, but Agent Orange poisoning, which they, it only took them 20, 30 years to do it, but they finally admitted that Agent Orange did all this crap to the soldiers. But he died of Agent Orange related disease, and the last couple of years of his life, he had Agent Orange dementia. Basically,
my father-in-law has that.
It's basically an Alzheimer's type disease, and they poisoned him and killed him in Vietnam. It just took him a long, long time to die miserably.
Yeah, my stepfather passed from Agent Orange cancer.
Yeah,
and what's even worse is they're saying that the Agent Orange, everybody was issued new uniforms and stuff, but it was still in his body and on his body when he came home, and they passed that on to their children.
Yeah, my husband, out of 3 children, my mother-in-law was pregnant with him before my father-in-law left, and the other 2 children came afterwards, and one of them has mild autism and the other one has some other health issues. He doesn't have health issues like that, so there is a connection to the Agent Orange.
There is. Me and my brother, I have a twin brother. No, he's not identical.
I was going to say there can't be 2 people that ugly in this world.
Yeah, no shit, right? We were conceived during one of his tours. We were born during another one of my father's tours, and I believe my father's last tour was in 70 or 71. And yeah, so he went over there a lot. His last tour was his last because of what had happened. He took 3 rounds to the chest. Thank God he was wearing his jacket, but he took 3 rounds to the chest, and he survived. The rest of his unit did not.
Yeah, my dad, he was fortunate enough that he was a supply staff sergeant on a base, so he didn't have to go out in the field. So he didn't none of the Agent Orange or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, and the reason the topic tonight hits home with me, my dad wasn't Vietnam or the big wars, but my dad did serve his 4 years active, but during his inactive duty in reserve, he was sent to Desert Storm. So he qualifies for national burial. And my father-in-law, he was a tank commander and got hit with an RPG, lost his legs in Vietnam. So I do come from a military family. So when my daddy called me upset last week about some information he had heard about the cemeteries and some things, I was like, this needs to be brought to everybody's attention of what may possibly be going on with their national cemeteries.
Well, I know Otis, the National Cemetery in Otis, in Massachusetts, is not even close to being full. I know there's one in Tennessee. They said was,
there's 5 national cemeteries in Tennessee alone.
Yeah, but they said they were all supposed to be at full capacity, and they're not even the people that run the cemeteries are saying no, not even close. There's one in New York where my father was buried. They wouldn't even let them put my mother's ashes in with my father. They've been together for 50 plus years, close to 60 years. And they wouldn't even let them put her ashes in with him for some unknown reason.
Yeah, they're actually showing 5 in Tennessee. 4 of them are set for cremation only. The only one that is showing open is the one in Chattanooga.
For now.
Correct.
Yeah, but they're going to do whatever they can to say no.
Well, that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight.
Space, yeah.
Once we get there.
Uh-huh.
If the government's talking to you, they're lying. That's all you need to know. If the government's talking to you, they're lying.
Look at Nightbot, Heather. What's up, Soul Burner? Welcome in, buddy. You see the Nightbot command that I dropped? I fixed it.
You fixed it?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Oh, you sure did. It says laptop. Yoo-hoo! It only took me 2 weeks of extending and yelling.
I know, right? That's crazy.
Next time you're gonna have to just grab a baseball bat and hit the mule between the head.
Man, look.
He's a busy man.
I get to doing so much shit, dude, and then today was like a day from hell once I got home. I thought I'd get home, eat dinner, take a shower, blah, 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 and get ready for the show. It was get home, unload a bed out of my van, put the bed together, then
break your back.
Yeah, hurt my back, then get on Jeff's live, and then next thing you know, Jeff's got a problem on his live, and he's I'm going to be texting you, and I need you to do this and this, and you get a hold of Heather, and I need you and Heather to do this and this for me. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then Road Dog texted me, I don't know if I can make the show. I don't know if we're going to have a show. And I'm like, fuck me. Here we go. So my Monday was kind of crazy.
So expect a short show tonight, people.
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
If I disappear, you know why.
Yeah,
tornado.
4.5 hours. 4.5 hours road and tow show last night. Was a great show. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better show. Had some great people on panel. It was the update for public safety and official misconduct. So I mean, it was a great ass show. And then, you know, we had some good people on panel. Then we chit-chat a little bit, poke fun at each other and shit. And it was a good time, man. We had a good time. 4.5 hours, but a good time.
But you left out the part you were on panel, what, 2 hours prior to that?
Yeah. And then I was on a panel for 2 hours before the Road and Tow show.
Yeah. Well, you guys go ahead and get started. I'm going to go grab something to drink real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right. We're still just chit-chatting. I'm reading the chats a little bit. Trying to see. I don't even know. Is that Iray Z?
Yeah.
Welcome in, Iray Z. Work Lion, Chevy. Blue Lives Matter. I seen you. Welcome in.
007, Angel CK.
Yeah. Lady Love, FTP. Buddy, there's our fluffer. Her and AJ were fluffing the Road and Tow show. Please and thank you. I can't do it like Lady Love, man. She does it so fast, it cracks me up.
It is funny. I love it.
D Johns, welcome in. You guys are great. We're gonna get going here in a minute. We'll wait for
while we're waiting on him, I'll tell you about the phone call I got. My daddy has home health nurses that on him and stuff because he had lost one of his legs and has a prosthetic and had some issues with it. Well, the nurse, her husband recently passed away within the last couple of weeks, and she came over mad and upset and irate and said that her husband wasn't able to be buried at the National Cemetery, and they had heard stories that people are actually being double buried. I thought he was talking about, husband and wife being buried together because that is allowed, but no. She had heard a story that strangers are being buried in the same plots. And so, of course, that got me to thinking and looking and finding out, about the running out of room in some of the cemeteries and everything, and brought it to the show, so I thought it'd be good for our veterans to look into and hear about, and family of veterans to look into, because there's a lot of them out there that aren't going to qualify for burial in the national cemeteries for the simple fact that Congress has changed the burial requirements for the national cemeteries in a lot of places. Road Dogs?
Yeah, right.
You want to play the video?
Yeah, go ahead and play that video because it talks about the possibility of running out of room.
We got you covered.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out which one it is because
it's the one that you dropped, Road Dog, ain't it?
Yeah, I know, but I got to find the name of it. Nashville. Yeah, the reason why I've got everything pulled up.
Nashville National Cemetery runs out of space. That's the one. Channel 5.
One right there. Yeah, I'm doing it to where we don't get the echo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, mute it.
Wow.
Wow, what?
It won't let me go full. There we go, full screen.
Served in the armed forces and received an honorable discharge. You're entitled to a burial with honors in a military cemetery.
And this is from the Nashville
But the most
local
iconic
news.
veteran cemetery here in Nashville is quickly running out of room.
Yeah, News Channel 5's Chris Davis shows us what that means for their loved ones.
There's a feeling of peace anytime Tom pays his respects in the Nashville National Cemetery.
It's an honor that's earned by serving your country and receiving an honorable discharge.
But even though he's a veteran, it's an honor he'll likely never receive, at least not here.
There's not enough burial space left here for those who want to be interned.
There's nothing they can do out here at the Nashville National Cemetery. They're landlocked. But the Tennessee Department of Veteran Services says they have plenty of room out at their state cemeteries.
We have a lot of room for expansion, a lot of room for future capacity.
Tennessee's Department of Veterans Services commissioner says the state cemetery on McQuarrie Lane has another 60 acres of plots available. And in 2023, a new state veteran cemetery will open up in White County, fulfilling a vision of the federal government.
To have a national or a state veteran cemetery within 75 miles of each veterans in the state's home of record.
And even though they aren't national cemeteries, Commissioner Baker assures us it's maintained at national standards.
There's really no difference in terms of how they're maintained or how they're funded.
Tom Freeman says a state cemetery works for him and his family, but for some veterans, they want the honor of being in a national cemetery. So he's calling on state and federal leaders to explore ways to establish another in Middle Tennessee.
These gentlemen and these ladies that have served do deserve their right from service to be buried in a national cemetery and state cemetery.
To fulfill a peace our veterans have earned. Chris Davis, News Channel 5.
There you go.
Well, what you think about that?
What I hear the federal government's going to be, what I take from that is the federal government's going to be looking to do some land grabbing.
Yeah.
To keep a promise.
Eminent domain.
They're going to eminent domain a farm or a ranch or something somewhere to build another national cemetery. That's what I hear.
So how do you feel about that, being a veteran and all?
Being buried in a state cemetery instead of a national cemetery.
Yeah.
I don't want to be buried in either.
Well, I mean, I guess
me personally, I want to be buried on ancestral lands in Nova Scotia for the Mi'kmaq Nation. That's where I want to be buried.
You're Indian?
Part Mi'kmaq, yeah.
Did I ever tell you I was Indian?
Oh Lord.
It's coming.
That's off topic.
It's coming. I'm from the Slapaho tribe. Yeah. Okay, I dig that one in there. I'm sorry, I had to.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But no, for real.
You know, I kept my mouth shut. I knew what was coming.
So land grabbing. So let's expand on that a little bit. How do you feel about that? About the government land grabbing maybe eminent domain someone's fucking farm for a national cemetery?
Well, they have to keep their promise, but they wouldn't have to keep that promise if they'd stop putting our soldiers in harm's way
to begin
for
with.
Political gain, to begin with, for political terrorism. Stop putting our soldiers into shit that we'd have no business being involved in. Unless the United States is attacked, we don't go to war. We don't send our soldiers to war. Sorry to the people in Ukraine. I believe, I have faith that you will do your job. You're either going to succeed or you're going to fail, but you're going to do it on your own merit because you're not taking our young boys, our young women, and putting them in harm's way to defend your ass because you were too stupid to put up a defense. You were too stupid to allow your people to have their rights.
Well, I'll give it to Ukraine. They have from the get-go said they don't want manpower help. They just need weapons, backing with weapons because, they are small, but they didn't want militaries to come in and help. And they're the only place I've seen that has said, no, we don't need people. What we need is a different kind of help.
Well, maybe we can go to wherever the hell that was, Iraq or whatever, and get some of that shit back.
Afghanistan, take some of that and send it over there.
Yeah, get some of that shit back that we just left there.
Yeah, the $350-400 billion worth of firearms left over in Afghanistan and vehicles, and all that other stuff. Yeah, how about we just go over there, pick that stuff up, and send it to them? Okay, I can deal with that, but I also have to say that the Ukraine spent millions, if not billions, of dollars on their offices, to make them look nice and pretty, to be marble inlaid and all that stuff. And that money could have been better spent on defense. Just saying. But
Yeah.
don't put my boys, don't put my son, my daughter, in harm's way to defend something that is not our business. That's not our business. If the government would stop doing that and do the job they were hired to do, oh God, what a novel idea to actually do what you were hired to do. Because make no mistake about it, every time you elect somebody into office, you're not electing them, you're hiring them for a job. And they're supposed to do that job. And if they don't do that job, like in the most sectors, if you don't do your job, you get fired.
And I'll be honest with you, Wolves, that I haven't really been watching that whole situation that's going on over there. So I couldn't even be the first to kind of elaborate on any of that bullshit that's going on over there. I haven't watched mainstream media or anything like that in months now.
Yeah. Well,
I just know that Russia, attacked them or whatever, but other than that, fuck, I don't know why. I think it was they wanted the plutonium in Chernobyl or whatever, but
you have to look at both. You have to listen to both sides of the story, and then somewhere in the middle there'll be the truth.
Yeah.
But when you have Russians reporting on their television that they interrupted a sex trafficking ring of children and young adults in the thousands, and our media absolutely ignores it. All right, you have the Russians saying that there's chemical weapons plants in Ukraine, which we all know there are. All right, they have chemical weapons plants here in the United States, but we know that's there. Come on, somewhere in the middle there's the truth. Somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Right.
Well, the sex trafficking and the chemical plants, I'm sorry, but that's not an excuse to hit residential areas and hospitals with pregnant women and newborns.
Okay. Again, one side of the story versus the other side of the story, and in the middle lies the truth. Okay. If you're shooting at soldiers, whether they're right in being there or not, if you're shooting at soldiers from hospitals, and which basically is an urban warfare tactic, you shoot it from hospitals, places that are supposed to be, safe. You can't get pissed off when the people you're shooting at shoot back.
True.
You're only pissed off because they shot better than you. You can't shoot from a tower, an apartment complex, and then say, "Ha ha, I'm in an apartment complex." You can't shoot back. No, they didn't shoot back. They bombed back. So again, it's one side says this, the other side says that, and in the middle somewhere, you're going to find the truth. You just have to look for it.
Yeah, and I believe that to be true for sure. There's always two sides of the story.
Right. I mean, you have the Ukrainians having the advantage of defending their own home. If war came to the United States, you think our buildings, our apartment complexes, our hospitals, do you think all that stuff's not a legitimate target?
Oh,
It 100% is.
right.
I was only saying that in response to what you said as far as sex trafficking.
Yeah. And I think everybody knows, I mean, that like the Ukraine and that part of Europe, there's a lot of that shit going on. Like, hasn't there been like many documented cases of American people, like American young women getting plucked right off of planes and never seen again?
Yep.
Like over there in the Ukraine and all that. And
It happens all the time. And, you know, they make a movie about it and then they pick on the actors during the movie. You know, Liam Neeson made the movie Taken. Well, that idea is not, that's an idea they took from actual crimes of people being taken on airports, you know, hitching rides and stuff. Going to hostels and stuff like that. That's stuff that, you know, that's stuff that happens over there. So,
the hell, it happens here.
It happens here in the States. I mean, look at just Oklahoma. Road Dog should remember this. They had a car stopped here in Shoto, where I live, that was hauling women to Mexico that were kidnapped for sex trafficking. A whole carload of women.
Yeah.
You know, young women. You know.
Wasn't that the van that they caught at the truck stop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the van they caught at Love's. And yeah. So I mean, really, it's happening. We're not paying attention to it because the government wants us to their distraction, not what's actually going on.
Man, we kind of went from cemeteries to war. So let's jump back on topic here and get back to the overcrowding of the cemeteries. I just thought about that. I'm like, oh my God, this wasn't even a topic.
It's all part and parcel. Why are we involved in another war that's going to fill up our cemeteries?
True.
Why are we getting involved in business that doesn't belong to us when we can't even clean up we can't even swipe the dirt off our own doorstep, but yet we're going to get involved in someone else's shit and, you know, fill up those cemeteries even faster.
Well, that's always been our way, hasn't it? We're broke as shit, but we're aiding every other fucking
in the
country.
20th century. Yeah. In the 20th century, that has been our way. You know, before that, we pretty much, you know, you didn't screw with us, we didn't screw with you. You screw with us, we're going to wipe you off the face of the earth.
Jody said, "What war are we in?"
We're not in Ukraine. We're talking about the Ukrainian war. Should we have gone?
Woo! I made it. Sorry.
She's back.
I'm talking about Jody getting involved in business that's not ours that could potentially put our soldiers, men and women, in harm's way and filling up national cemeteries.
Well, that will be a way to fill it up.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, you know, you have a lot of people from Vietnam and Korea they're at that age where they're going to start dying off, and they earned their right, you know. And
along with the first Gulf War.
First Gulf War, yeah. 50 years from now, you're going to have these, you know, young 19 and 20-year-old kids that are probably going to start filling it up even further. You know,
right? What do we got next on there, Heather? Road Dogs.
Yeah, Road Dogs. What have you got pulled up?
The rest of them are all the articles you pulled up. Let me get one of them pulled up.
Pull up the one where the Veterans Administration says Tennessee not running out of cemetery.
Hey, everybody, quit texting Heather. She's live. Damn it.
And Jody, I'm not saying we were involved in a war. I'm saying there's the potential. You know,
AJ fell back out again.
That poor girl.
I know, man.
Got bad service. And the reason I'm pulling this up is because this was just brought up.
I'm gonna slide the chat away, everybody, just so we can show it. I'm gonna slide the chat away for a minute. There we go.
And if you want, instead of trying to read it, we can
up on my phone so I can read it.
Well, we can actually play it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a video on it.
Looks like audio or something.
It's just an audio.
U.S. Representative Diana Harshbarger, along with 6 other members of Tennessee's congressional delegation, sent a letter to the Veterans Administration saying that veterans' national cemeteries are quickly running out of space. But a spokesman for the Veterans Administration said on Monday that is not correct. Please rest assured that our veterans' cemeteries are not running out of burial space, said Gary Koenig. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that?
Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Oh, right.
Well, that's a commercial.
Not working.
Rub it.
I can't get away from it.
Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Why can't we go inside? I'm tired.
Give me yours.
You have mine.
All right.
What?
Please, if you
Dad,
could just...
why aren't you opening the door?
Can everyone just shut the...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Virginia spokesman Harshbarger, along with the other U.S. representatives, forwarded a letter to the VA on March 31st and asked that the VA respond by April 30th. Koenig said the VA will be responding to the 7 members of Congress shortly. Besides Harshbarger, the other members of Congress were U.S. Representative Mark Green, U.S. Representative Tim Burchett, U.S. Rep. Scott Desjardins, U.S. Representative Chuck Fleshman, U.S. Representative David Kustoff, and U.S. Representative John Rose. In the letter, the congressional members say that Tennessee is dangerously close to not having funeral space for veterans. Of the 5 national cemeteries located in Tennessee serving our veteran constituents and their families, only 2 currently have burial space available, and even those limited spaces are rapidly running out, the letter states. Koenig said there are more than just 5 cemeteries across the state available to veterans and another 2 that are available just across state lines. 2 of 5 national cemeteries in Tennessee are currently open for burials, Chattanooga and the Mountain Home National Cemetery in Johnson City. The other 3 are cremation only. But there are also 4 grant-funded state veterans cemeteries, with 2 located in Knoxville. Every one of Tennessee's 440,000 veterans live within 75 miles of an open veterans cemetery, Koenig said. He said all 3 of the national cemeteries that are currently not available for burials and are cremation only also have nearby state veterans cemeteries. The VA actively monitors the capacity of both VA national cemeteries and VA grant-funded state cemeteries, Koenig said, and will continue to fund expansions of these cemeteries.
There you go. Continue to fund expansion. Where are they getting that land from?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, they're going to have to get it from somewhere. So
right. So that means.
Well, and the reason I thought everyone would be interested in this is because there are 155 national cemeteries in 42 states and Puerto Rico, as well as 34 soldier lots and monument sites. But there's not a VA national cemetery in every state. And a lot of people, that haven't looked into it, they think that all military that have served will automatically go into a national cemetery. And they don't. And even Arlington has put very, very strict rules and guidelines into anybody being buried there.
Hey, you see that Sam Houston one in Texas right there? I was just by that the other day. Actually,
I live right by the one in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was like, we had to turn around right there because we went to a dead end street, almost went into the military base. Whoops.
There goes that.
I wasn't driving. I'm just saying I won't point no elbows.
Hint, hint.
She ain't saying nothing either. She's just keeping quiet down there.
You have Fort Smith in Arkansas. You got the one at Fort Gibson. Yeah.
Oh, duh. I am muted.
Am I the one that you're
live
hitting
there by
elbows with?
Oh, didn't me and you at the bus at Huey at a military base the other night?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't
it was just
answer
on that
questions.
paper.
And I'll say
there you go. I don't answer questions.
The military bases, they ain't no joke. I go through Arnold Air Force Base every time I go home. And we stopped one time with our grandson because he liked airplanes. And they have planes out there for people to stop and look at. But if you take out a camera, they came out and watched us. I mean, we're out there with a 3-year-old at the time up on his granddaddy's shoulders taking pictures of him in front of these airplanes. They don't like it at all. But right through there, Arnold Air Force Base, the main road goes through the land, the property that they own. So, you know, that is one area I would not suggest anybody go and try easements and stuff like that, because they actually do own the road and both sides of the road.
Yeah.
What's up? Welcoming.com. How you been, buddy? So I stopped a comment before we were doing that, and I actually want to bring this up because it kind of made me think about something. And I mean, I want to see what your guys' take on it. I think this comment was more directed towards you, Wolves, then. So I kind of maybe want to elaborate on this one. So
Okay, go ahead.
it's coming up here. And hopefully he's still in here. The name, I've never seen it. Empirical Miracle or Emperor. Sounds it.
I don't know who that is.
Empirical Miracle.
Yeah, there you
Heard
go.
that name for. Stop saying we.
Oh,
We as in
Empirical Miracle? I know, yeah, I know who that is.
We as in what context?
Yeah, I do too.
I think he was talking about the government saying we.
We
It
are the
says-
government.
It says, stop saying we. You are not the government. We didn't bomb anyone. They did collectivism.
Collectivism is a dangerous
idea.
idea. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we have the only, we're supposed to have the only government in the world where the people are the fourth branch of the government. Of the people, by the people, for the people. We are the ones that we, the people, are a branch of the government. We are supposed to hold them accountable for what they do. We, the people, over the years have gotten lazy and forgotten that they're supposed to listen to us. We don't have to listen to them. So yeah, we.
Okay.
All right.
All
Don't
right.
tell me what words I can use and what words I cannot use.
I don't think it's that. I mean, he's just making a comment, and I just wanted to see if he could elaborate on it,
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. You got a question? Give me
It's
a
just
question.
one is perception versus the other.
Right. And we're here to educate each other. I learn something new every day. So there was another one that I don't know if I can find that one, but it was from Rocket City.
Rocket City. People don't educate
No,
themselves before.
it was an older one back.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't pin it because I pinned that one, so I couldn't hold on to that one. I want to find it. Go ahead, you guys can talk. I'm going to try to look for it here.
Hey, Rocket City, if you can remember that comment you made, make it again so we can
Here it
put
is.
up here.
I got it.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying eminent domain doesn't pay very well, because sometimes it does. Especially if you're a renter being forced to move, giving you $5,500 to move, that's pretty damn good. But most of the time, people don't want to give up their property.
Right.
Well,
You come
renters
after my
wouldn't be
20, you
paid.
come after my property, and I'm gonna fight you tooth and nail. I'm not giving it up. This is my dream.
So everybody knows the Jeep Commanders, right? Or whatever they are, the truck. That new truck they came out with, the pickup.
Yeah.
Okay. So where they build them is in Toledo, Ohio. When they built the new plant, the old Jeep Willys plant was on the other side of the highway, on the other side of I-75. Well, they bought a whole bunch of land on the other side. Well, they eminent domained a whole bunch of houses over there to build this, to build the plant. Well, there was one guy, he would not move, and he fought it tooth and nail and went all the way with it. And guess what? It was a business. His fucking business is still there on the corner. They were not able to get his property.
Right. But the thing is eminent domain makes it so they're forcing people to uproot their lives and change the way they live. And when you're a property owner, at first they're going to come at you with lots of money, probably double the value of the property. All right. Well, first of all, they wouldn't make that offer unless they were getting their money back with interest. Second of all, they're asking you to change the way you live your life. All right. Currently, the way in today's economy, for me to get another piece of property like this that I live on right now, all right, it's not doable. There are no properties like this where I live. There are no comparable properties. Everything is way less acreage, or acreage so high that it's out of my price range. So if they want to give me the money to buy 100 acres of land or 1,000 acres of land, fine, yeah, go ahead. I'll take that 100,000 acres. That's also part of my dream.
Yeah, we just went through that here in Tennessee with the Natchez Trace Parkway going through. Some of my husband's family members, they went through the eminent domain crap.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not get what the property was actually valued at.
Right. Again,
none of them.
When the government goes after something and they say fair market value, they're going by their tax records. All right, because by law they're only allowed to value the property for tax purposes. I think it's in some states it's as low as 70% of the actual value. Okay, for tax purposes. All right, some states are as high as 80%, 85%. Okay, so that's the value that they're going at. That's the government value. All right. What the private sector value of the property could be much, much higher. So where are they getting their values from? They're getting the values because the government is setting the value of your property. Empirical miracle. If you want to clarify that statement more, I'd be more than happy to have a discussion with you. But the way you put that statement, no, we are the fourth branch of the government. We are the ones that are supposed to be holding our government accountable. It is we versus they right now.
And my work client said, yeah. And just how well is that department working out?
What department?
Unless everybody stands up and actually votes and gets the jackasses out of office, all of us sitting here saying, we are the department, we are the people. No, because everybody is out for themselves, don't give a damn about everybody else around them. They're going to vote how they want to vote based on popularity. So until people actually wake up, realize their rights, realize what's going on with them, it ain't happening.
The sad part is that most of the people in this country can't even tell you what form of government we have.
Nope.
They can't tell you what form of government we have. Everybody runs around democracy. We have a democracy. We have a democracy.
We have a republic.
We have a constitutional republic. All right, with democratic tendencies for voting purposes. Okay, for voting. That's it. That's the only part of our country that's a democracy, is the way we vote. And that got even screwed up.
Yeah.
All right. That even got polluted by the government.
With money, yeah.
All right. So
it's a machine. It's not even government, dude. It's a business. It's a machine. It's a business machine.
Yeah. We supposedly send our soldiers off to a war. Pick any war. I don't care which one. We send our men and women off to a war to fight for something that we don't even have ourselves. We send them over there to fight for democracy. Democracy is one step away from communism. All right, that's the 5 out of the 5 people on this panel. We got 4 people telling me I can't say a word, and I have to abide by that. That's democracy. All right. Constitutional republic is I don't have to. All right. Just because you don't like the words I chose to use, it doesn't mean shit. I have a First Amendment right to choose my own words and to use what words I choose. That's
and our Civil War heroes and our Revolutionary heroes fought for those rights.
Yep.
Now, Rocket City says, let me bring up Rocket City.
I'd venture to say over half of the people that even vote don't know shit about what's actually going on around them.
Yes.
Probably.
But even then, just because they changed Rocket City, just because they changed it from a constitutional republic to a constitutional federal republic, all right, doesn't make it so. When it was put together, it was Benjamin Franklin who answered the question of what form of government do we have? And he says we have a constitutional republic if you can keep it. Well, we're not, we the people, all right, the rightful owners of all government, state and federal, okay, are not doing their jobs by holding them accountable.
True story.
What's up, guys?
What's up, big man?
Man.
What's up, big man?
I had to end my live.
Why? What happened?
Because I had an embarrassing moment.
Did you shit yourself?
I hopped a fucking curb in front of a cop. So.
What?
How the hell did you hop a curb?
I went to go turn around in a parking lot because I saw the cops. I went to go turn around and swing back around because I was going to go film him. And when I swung back around, I didn't see the little median in the middle. And I kind of went on top of that median.
So did you get the cruise stuck or is it out?
No, it didn't get stuck because the little curve was like kind of low lying.
Did they see it happen?
Yeah, that's why I ended the live real quick because the cop came over there and was like, "Everything good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good."
What?
Yeah.
You couldn't. Why didn't you record it?
As I started to say, why did you not record?
Yeah, but
because that's not being very transparent, sir.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
It's extremely transparent.
I mean, the fact that you came up here and told on yourself is
I was there. Well, I'm being transparent now.
Here's the video.
Oh no, I ain't.
Did you tell
Well, I mean,
the guy, I'm Big Man Audits, and I was turning around to film you to make sure you weren't doing something wrong, and I fucked up and ran over the curb?
Okay, I gotta repeat for a lap. He goes, big man, ha 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 ha, you egg.
if you watch, I'm pretty sure that when the when the live stream gets done uploading, if you watch the very end of it,
So you go,
you'll probably see my car hop over the curb.
All right, dude. You know that would have been a good teaching moment. You know,
What not
to
to
show
do.
that auditors aren't perfect. You do make mistakes, and you do have to own up to them.
Oh, I'm gonna screen clip it and put it on my main channel.
Sounds like a short coming up.
It
Sounds
is.
like a short coming up.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there will be.
And Ninja's response, well, 605 Ninja says, "Ree."
Yeah, it was definitely I'll be honest, man. I got out of the car. When I got out of the car, the first thing I did was look over at the cop because I knew it was coming next.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they're getting ready to come over here.
Creo's got a point. Creo says car tire over
Yeah.
curb is better than trips over curb and fall and bust your ass.
Right.
But there again, he would have to get out of the car to do that.
And official misconduct, you were on here last night and you were saying you were learning from all the auditors. Well, Big Man just showed you what not to do.
Right.
Just now.
Try not to go
What not to do.
four-wheeling. Try not to go four-wheeling.
Can someone drop
a little
official
car.
misconducts link, please?
Yeah, I was definitely do not do this again moment. Oh man.
I kind of wish I'd have been there.
Well, if you got stuck, did you have plenty of trunk tacos? Just asking.
Well, no, because I mean, my front tires are the only thing that made it up on the curb, so I was able to back up. I was able to back up kind of slow,
Well,
but
how
it's
of course
still.
the front tires were the only thing that made it into the ditch.
But of course, when I backed up, the front end kind of slammed down the curb a little bit. I was like, oh man.
You're gonna destroy that little car. You just got that thing, didn't you?
Man, you need to
No,
check your axe rims.
He's had it for a
No,
little bit.
I got a couple years ago, but no, there's nothing wrong with the car. Like, I got out and used my damn spotlight, checked the tires, checked to make sure the frame was all good and everything like that, and not a fucking scratch.
I can't say nothing. I was out with Truth Be Told, and I was driving, and I don't know. I got distracted and was like looking somewhere else, and totally went and hit one of them concrete. In between the lanes and stuff.
The part,
like I thought I wrecked the front end of the car. I had to stop, pull over, check it. I mean, it was pretty hard. Yeah.
Let me ease your mind there, big man. One night, Audie in Arkansas and I were out cop watching. He was driving. We were right in front of the state trooper's office. He was in the wrong lane. He was going to have to get on the freeway, and we wanted to go north. He realized, oh shit, tried to get over, and we wound up jumping the whole little island thing in the middle. Literally hit that and literally went airborne over the top of it and landed. And yeah, everything was fine, but literally, I mean, it was literally right in front
literally.
Yeah.
And literally
right in front of the state trooper's office.
What's
and
up,
literally,
McCoy?
I almost tripped and fell in a damn hole when I was out cop watching with AJ in Windcrest, Texas. I'm just saying. She's laughing because now she remembers. She's like, yeah.
So you only got your front wheels up. Big man, you only got the front wheels up. He jumped the son of a bitch.
Well, it was kind of like, it was kind of like one of them, like, well, but I mean,
You've got messages in chat. official misconduct said, for public safety, said he leaves you alone for just a minute, and that happens.
Yeah.
And then the public safety says, hold up, big man. Are you saying as soon as I left to reset my phone, you ditched your car in front of a traffic stop?
I didn't ditch it. I just the front end kind of hopped up over the curb.
Oh, okay. So you didn't ditch it. You tried to Bo and Luke Duke it.
Trying to ramp that.
No, that was not in Arkansas. Just saying. I still give him hell over that every time we're going down that road. I look at him and go, just remember, left lane. Don't. If you stay in the right lane, you're getting on the freeway. Just saying. I'll do it every time we're cop watching now.
Well,
He said, well, that live needs a little pizzazz. So.
Right.
Right.
Well, Ninja's saying that's a funny story. That's the same way I got my kids. I tripped and fell in a hole too.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna make a short out of it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you need to. You need to.
I don't.
That
think
may surpass the twerking girls in the parking lot.
Creole. I don't think that's official misconduct. Doesn't do audits in Louisiana. She's in Indiana. The one that's with Truth Be Told is Michelle's Mobile Media.
Yeah. Put 605 comment.
Yeah, and the one that was talking about doing an audit with Truth Be Told on the panel here, that's American Justice of Texas. Just seeing that, I was reading it. So I will say this though, I was asked earlier by a friend to try to help a channel get over 500. They're right there. Yeah, they may have got the 500 today. I don't know. This was way earlier today, but I promised that I would. Judd already has the link ready. Everybody, check out TN Accountability. I do know Heather is a fan of TN Accountability.
Yeah, he's only about 45 minutes from me.
Yeah, so yeah, check out TN Accountability.
Yeah, I tried to talk to him, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got about. Earlier today, I got a message that he was 10 away. He may be over 500, but if he is, let's give him a comfortable lead over 500. Everybody, Judd's got the link, dropping it. Go sub to TN Accountability if you haven't. He's recovering from some type of injury right now, is what I was told.
Yeah,
but he'll be back out, and he does good work. So if you're not sub to him, go sub to him. Please, let's get him over. Farlap said he's at 510 now.
Yep, he just hit it. Yep.
Okay.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
I can't click that.
Watch a video, watch a clip of a video, something.
He's good people. He really is.
Yeah. And
he is.
I'll drop the name. Dragonette asked me to see if I can get him pushed over. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
No,
drop
I
her
mean,
link
yeah,
too.
she's-
Good guys.
Advocated for him for a long time.
Right. He's a good auditor. I mean, he should be. He should have 500.
So should I?
Well,
But
you want to take a break and then we'll come back and watch the murder at the National Cemetery here, and then we'll get into the Supreme Court's new ruling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we do that, let me play what I texted you about Toe. It's only like a few minutes long.
Okay, go ahead. And then we'll go to a cut to an intermission afterwards.
Right. Apparently KDOT's in the house.
Yeah.
He had gone to the city council meeting at Aurora today, actually got up and spoke to them, and he wants me to play it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
So
you
this is a
guys
premiere.
are seeing it for the first time as me. So I haven't watched all the way through.
DJ K. Premiere. Woohoo, hype. Let's go.
Right. I hope you shoot
Drop that link, y'all subs.
Okay, Kate.
I hope
Like
you
and
shoot him a new
share.
one.
Followed by Carlton and Kulig.
Is that the volume you got the most?
Right now, they're waiting for him to come up. Here he comes.
Good evening, Aurora citizens.
He set precedents with case law.
It's been a long fucking time since I've been up here. I don't have a nice, pretty speech or anything like that. I am a bit frustrated. And I see Mike Kaufman, you still got the gavel still stuck up your ass. Jim, you definitely don't have any nuts. That was definitely a politically hit move that you did on the chief of police. And you're a piece of shit for that. I just wanted to say that to you, anything. Miss Piggy, you're a piece of shit too. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're a piece of shit too.
First Amendment.
Not only that, if we are going to go back to the old way that Aurora Police is going to be policing, I'm going to be watching each and every one of your fucking officers, and I'm going to hold them accountable. You understand? I want to make that you can make that a public fucking record. And this also a piece of shit that got shit on his chin right here, that like to smile and like to advocate for police and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you actually forgot about the goddamn citizen that actually pay your fucking salary. So at the end of the day, the council people that know who I hold truly in my heart, you know who you are. The rest of you are all pieces of shit. So are you. That's fine, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's my community that look like me who are dying in the fucking community because of fucking police officers. So, new chief of police, I'm gonna give you a fair shake, but I will be watching you too, and I hope you do a good job, and I will give you that honor to at least give you the benefit of the doubt to do a good job. But Jim, I did used to like you, and I thought you did actually have integrity, but the way you did the chief, and trust me, me and the chief had back and forth. We did not agree on everything, but at the end of the day, she did what she was supposed to do, and that was to serve the community. And that at the end of the day, that's how I feel, and I digress. And
where are we time-wise? Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
Carlton Kulig.
That's awesome.
K-Dot laid the smoke up in there, bro.
Oh, shit.
Smoke my ass. He fucking laid the smack down.
Dude, I think I saw flamethrowers. I saw flamethrowers coming out of his eyes. I swear I did.
I'm surprised he didn't get arrested, honestly. I thought for sure there was going to be someone coming up behind him, grabbing him, throwing him out.
Well,
yeah,
that's the exact public discourse that the First Amendment was there to protect.
Right.
Did you hear the bootlickers in the back?
Yeah.
Language. Ooh. Fucking Karens.
Oh my God! You hurt my poor Will feelings.
Wow.
Yes, misconduct. He was a fire-breathing dragon up in there. Round of applause for K-Dot.
You gotta love K-Dot. I'm not kidding you.
As soon as he came up there, and I heard the words, "It's been a long fucking time since I've been up here."
Yeah,
I knew shit was getting ready.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been the perfect time for the council just to fucking duck underneath the table.
Well, yeah, you guys don't understand. He is highly pissed because of the way they did that chief.
Well, he was finally making progress with her.
Well, trust me, they butted heads. Trust me, they butted heads. But all in all, the reason why they pretty much let her go was because the other officers don't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
obviously
I was
she was doing her job then.
Right.
Yeah.
Since when did being someone's boss become a popularity fucking contest?
Exactly.
Oh, is that when people couldn't figure out which bathroom to use? Or what, Yeah,
obviously the police aren't going to like her because she's holding them accountable. Look at how many she's fired for doing the crap wrong.
Right.
Exactly.
He would walk in if you did something.
Anytime a chief aspired when there was a vote of no confidence, which is held by the union, they were making progress with the community, but the cops that want to hide shit got pissed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wow. They send cops.
That's why I wanted to bring this up. I watched the very beginning of it, and I was like, "Oh, we gotta play this." As soon as he walked up and said, "It's been a long fucking time since I've been up here," it was like, "Oh shit!" And then when he said that about the gavel up his ass, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're playing this."
Well, I mean, you have police officers being sent to a man having a heart attack, and then they shoot his dog.
Right.
All right. Are any of those police officers paramedics? No. Why are they sent to a medical call? All right.
Because they feel like they have nothing else better to do, so they go.
Mental health patients, all right, that need mental health. So what do? You send an unlicensed, uneducated person with a gun to a mental health call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a fire. What do? You send police officers there so they can arrest firefighters. You see a pattern here?
Well, I've often said that they need at least 2 years of criminal justice and 1 year in the field training at least before they are allowed to become cops. I mean, I know people who have to have 4 years of college to be a damn administrative secretary. Jeez.
Right?
Yeah. Here, all you have to have is a high school diploma. Spend 13 weeks in the academy, and you are officially a cop.
If you're
oh, go ahead, big man. Hurry up. I got you.
If you're going to send a cop to a medical call, then he needs to be trained within the same amount of hours that a paramedic is trained. Which here in the state of Indiana, in order to be a paramedic, it requires 1,200 hours of training.
Well,
and you want to know how much here, real quick, and this is where we're going to go with this. You want to know how much training you need to have a panel show on YouTube? None, other than it's your fucking channel. So we're going to go to an intermission because I said so. I'm just saying. So we're gonna bump off here, y'all, and go to intermission because there's people that want to smoke. They want to get their drinks. They want to go to the bathroom.
Hey, I'm high-fiving.
They want to do whatever.
Yeah.
But on that note, before I go to intermission, just to let everybody know, this is the Road and Toe Show. I'm Toe for Life, Road Dogs Media. We do nothing but premiere people's videos. We are the premiere show. We premiered Public Safety's video yesterday, and we premiered KDOT's video today. We are on a roll. So if you got a premiere and you want to bring it to the show, just let us know.
Drop that email, mods.
Good job, buddy.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the ninth inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night, got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, hear them scream, okay, it's a dream. And I pray as a team, one day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a handout, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
We're back, y'all. We're back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Like, welcome back, Kata. Everybody back with us. AJ, Road Dogs, Big Man.
Of course I'm here.
Did you have your calm down cigarette, Toe?
Hell yeah, man. Look, dude, my
Cool.
back hurts. My back hurts like a son of a bitch, but I'm in a decent mood.
Do you need us? We can all pitch in and have you go to a massage therapist.
No, because he'll want one with a happy ending. Just saying.
Well, yeah. No. Well, I mean,
No, I'm good on
that. But listen,
he doesn't want the massage therapist. He wants the Chinese massage house.
But before we get started, I got two things.
One time.
Love you long time. I got two things. First off, I got BANANER. And second thing is Ricky.
That's what we were ready to say. I saw him pop in there.
Hell yeah! What's
Well,
up?
did y'all pick up 605's comment?
The comments have been running fast, dude. I haven't. What'd he say?
Well, he said something about when aliens pass the Earth, they roll up their windows and lock their doors.
Right? Probably. Yeah, Nanner knows. Nanner said, Ricky.
Someone's got a open mic.
They're looking for intelligent life and keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. So where were we at? Where we at? Where we stand?
I believe we were talking about how someone's trying to bow and loot their car, but we were supposed to be talking about cemeteries.
Well, I'm standing here. Well, I don't know where y'all are at. But...
He's
still waiting to get his car unstuck.
Oh, we were going to talk about
Heather had some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to talk about someone shot and
someone
murdered and then shot, and then the cops shot the suspect or something like that in the National Cemetery or something.
Yeah, they killed a man at the Chattanooga National Cemetery.
Hey, Four Corners, you still have my number, right? You still have my phone number. Just send it to me. Text it to me.
That we were supposed to be talking about the new Supreme Court ruling. So
Yep.
I don't know what that ruling's about, but
and we definitely have to, maybe tomorrow night, we'll have a conversation about the Biden.
You'll have a conversation with yourself because tomorrow night I ain't gonna be on panel.
You're not supposed to be there. Well, unless you're watching. I mean,
okay.
Be part of the show. You're more than welcome to join.
Oh, I thought you were talking about here, man. I didn't know you were trying to shamelessly plug another show on my show. I mean, usually you go to me, a Road Dog, and ask us about that first. But I mean, whatever.
Road Dog's the producer.
Yeah, I'm a troublemaker on yet another show.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know how.
All right. So what happened here, Heather?
The Hamiltons identified the suspect as Jonathan Hayward Finley. Okay, he wasn't killed. He was just shot. Finley was released Wednesday from a local hospital and taken to Silverdale Detention Center. He's charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault because Finley was still armed with a knife and ran towards the Chattanooga Police Department officers near the entrance. They told Finley to stop, but he did not comply with their commands. Two officers were backing away from Finley as he quickly advanced towards them with the knife. They quickly discharged their firearms, striking Finley. Luckily, they did not kill him. I have not been able to dig up why he had a knife at the cemetery. He was at the main office.
Was he threatening people or?
It says a volunteer at the cemetery says the man was crying and asking for help finding his grandfather When they tried to help him, he began waving a knife and yelling. So a disturbed individual showed up with a knife looking for his grandfather. It doesn't say if it was for his grandfather's grave or the actual person that happened at the Chattanooga National Cemetery last week.
And of course, instead of someone that has mental health training, we send a whole bunch of guys in tactical wear with guns and tasers and pepper spray and all that out there to see why this guy is acting erratically.
We're gonna protect the shit out of you.
Protect you to death. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You said it.
And that's how it usually goes.
Now, I'm not an advocate for sending social workers. Okay. I'm not an advocate for defunding the police or anything like that. I am an advocate of holding them accountable under our Constitution. You do not send someone that has the mentality to use a gun to go talk someone down. You don't do that. That's why every department, I believe, has a quote unquote, social worker / hostage negotiator, or something of that effect. Every department has one. Someone trained to talk someone down in mental situations or in hostage situations. Just saying, that guy's got to earn that extra 20, 30 grand a year he gets. You have a mental issue, send him out there. That's what he's there for.
That's what they're supposed to be there for. But if they're not properly trained, well, then you end up with shit.
Well, the cops aren't trained on this. And as far as the cops going through the amount of training it takes to be a paramedic,
you end up with people that have mental issues that didn't ask for those mental issues dead in the streets by the police. That's what you end up with.
I went through 9 months of training, 5 days a week, to be a paramedic. And when I was done, I still wasn't a licensed paramedic until I did my field training, which I did in New York City and Boston. So, yeah.
But we can't even get cops to do their job alone, nonetheless extra training or whatever.
Right. Well, New York had this thing where in order to become a cop, you had to be at least an EMT. Back in the day, they started sending cops to EMT school. Now they don't do that because cops were being held accountable for medical treatment that they gave. So they stopped sending them to school. But they send them to every medical call. And they enter someone's house on a medical call where they have no right to be without a warrant.
Yeah, all these welfare checks that the cops are sent on and they end up killing the person they're supposed to be checking on. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you qualified to check on somebody's welfare? You qualified to make a decision that someone is not well? No. If you're going to hold everybody accountable to a license, then you're going to hold everybody accountable to a license. You're not a licensed social worker. You're not a nurse. You're not a doctor. You're not even you're not even an EMT first responder. You have less than basic first aid training. But, you can go to a heart attack or a woman giving birth.
Well, and in those situations, the Supreme Court has made it easier for people in those situations, people that are getting wrongfully arrested,
to sue.
Yep, The Supreme Court makes it easier to sue police for malicious prosecution.
Yep.
And Road Dogs.
And let's be real, all the suing and stuff doesn't fix it either. So
it's not fixing shit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. Suing the cops and suing the government doesn't do shit because they don't have to pay a dime.
Oh yeah, it doesn't do nothing but cost the taxpayer.
They have insurance. They have taxpayer dollars to pay for it. It's not costing them a dime. We cannot hold the police accountable for what they do. That's one thing I've said from day one. You can't hold them accountable. You need to start holding the people that are letting them loose accountable. The city councils, the town councils, the county councils, the governor. Those are the people that need to be put to task. You don't sue the cop. It doesn't affect him. Start suing the people who don't have qualified immunity.
Well, this also includes prosecutor.
Yeah, the prosecutors and the city councils.
You've got to sue that individual. If you sue the city or the police department itself, that's coming from taxpayer dollars. But if you sue that individual, that's coming out of their paycheck.
Yeah, but then they get that qualified. That's where that qualified immunity comes in because they were they were on duty and acting in their official capacity.
Right. And that's why we need to end qualified immunity.
Right. That has to go. I'm sorry. I'm all for, adding a little bit of extra protection for those out there doing a good job, if you can find them. But that qualified immunity bullshit has got to go. In today's, let's use their words. In today's day and age, there is no excuse for not having knowledge of the law.
Yeah, this day and age.
If I can do it, they can do it.
I think we need me personally, I believe there needs to be civilian oversight committees that look over these not abuse, but
use of forces and
abuse of force and things like that cases. Like we let the police themselves. It's just stupid. That makes no fucking sense.
Well, the few that there are out there aren't worth a shit because they're family members, lovers, friends of the police, and that's how they get on the board to begin with.
No, it should be. They shouldn't have control. It should be. What's up? Look at that, right, Crispy. Welcome in, Fred.
Hey, right.
Keeper list.
Keeper, welcome in. Denver Metro, welcome in.
Well,
right, Crispy, you'll be interested in this article that popped up today. It's The Hill. The Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision Monday, made it easier for people to sue police for malicious prosecution. The majority opinion overturned the ruling of a lower court. The opinion established that relatively little is required to clear the legal bar, with the majority holding that plaintiffs need only show their criminal prosecution ended without a conviction.
Yeah, let me make that big. Hang
on. In reference to what you were saying, Toe, about the civilian oversight committees.
Yeah.
That is one thing that I think that Chicago got right. They do have the civilian oversight committees, as well as internal affairs. You know what I'm saying? And there's been quite a few cops that have gotten fired from the Chicago police force because of the civilian oversight.
Well, they did it right in getting civilian oversight. They did it wrong in their application. Okay. A civilian oversight committee should not be someone appointed to a committee. It should be done by voter registration, just like a jury. All right. That's what it should be, is just like a jury. That way there's no one in that oversight committee held accountable or, has dirt on them or any other type of, I guess, decision swaying capabilities of the oversight committee. It needs to be like, you're doing your civic duty. You're holding your government accountable. That's why you should use the voter polls, your voter registration, because just like a jury, it's random. And if there's any intimidation that goes on, it just became a felony.
Right.
So if the cops decide they want to try to intimidate one of these guys, it's a felony act.
Right.
Or the chief or the city council. You can't be upholding to the city
Oh my gosh.
council.
Guess what?
What?
I got my voter card today. Woo woo! I'm gonna vote for the first time in my life this year.
Awesome.
Wait.
There.
No.
I dropped that link to that document that Road Dog had up there. If you guys want to go read that, what we were talking about.
I just did it too.
Heather was saying something, and I apologize for interrupting that. But go ahead, Heather.
That's all right. I was reading that, and Road Dogs dropped the link. So anybody who wants to find out about it, just go read the Hill, please.
What's up, Pops?
Oh, you can't fool Pops. Welcome in, you guys. Thanks for coming.
Wolverine, that's exactly what I was saying in that statement earlier. All right, we can't keep getting our military people involved. We can't keep putting our soldiers into harm's way to police someone else's problems. Let them fix their own shit.
Didn't we pulled out of that whole NATO thing, didn't we?
Well,
I thought that. Yeah, I thought that at one point. I thought that at one point the U.S. was pulled out of that, and if they were still pulled out of that, we wouldn't be even getting ourselves involved in that.
Well, the way Trump put it is that if these people want us to be their police force, they're going to have to start paying us. So basically, hired protection, if you will. And Biden, his first day in office, executive ordered that out. So,
yeah, I don't want to go too far into politics on the Road and Toe Show.
Road and Toe Show don't do politics and don't do religion. Them are no-nos.
That's why I was trying to not say. I wasn't trying to say any past or present presidents' names.
Yeah, well, let's call a spade a spade. That's That's who did it, and that's what happened.
Saying those names on a YouTube broadcast can do harm to a channel, so I won't. I'm not going to go into that realm.
Right.
Well, we're talking about government accountability.
I know.
Just saying. But, it was put in that way, and it was taken out. And now, first chance we get, we're involved in someone else's business. Because because we the people are the fourth branch of the government, we sticking our noses in to someone else's door, and eventually someone's going to slam that door hard, and it's going to break our nose.
Yeah, I know.
But the
Stop
Supreme
texting
Court
Tove.
is
He's
awesome.
fucking live.
But that Supreme Court decision is huge, guys. It's huge. So now you have another avenue of when they dismiss the charges. Again, that would ruin their qualified immunity
My
Well, now it does say in there that there are still instances where qualified immunity is a barrier to it, but
Yeah.
it depends on the circumstances.
Yeah, but more than likely, if they're falsely arresting you, people don't understand it, that there is a Supreme Court's case, and I believe it was Rice Krispie who brought it up. What's up, DJ?
What's up, everybody?
But I believe it was one of Rice Krispie's videos that brought it up about if the police falsely arrest you, that's kidnapping.
Hey, K-Dot.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, it's been a long fucking time since I've been up here.
Hey, K-Dot.
What's up, K-Dot? Welcome in,
What's
brother.
up, Joe? What's going on, everybody?
I got one thing to say.
Okay.
I bow down to K-Dot. You are the man of the hour.
That was fire.
Dude,
that
that
video was fire.
That was awesome.
Dude, you could have bought a grenade and killed them all, and it wouldn't have been that bad.
When you told him and you sit up there with the gavel up your ass, I about lost it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hell, we got to play this crap.
Well, yeah,
I didn't even watch it all the way through. I just watched that beginning part. And I was like, okay, I got to bring that up.
I just got tired of the, just talk about, Aurora's going to go back to their old ways. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. I double dog fucking dare you. I wish you would. I also privately cussed out the deputy city manager. Told him, I said, oh wow, it's
You're
funny
here.
how he docks my whole name to the fucking police department.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. And then he was, and then I said, it's funny how you also sent your goons, and I beat that case too, by the way. And he was just like, oh well, the reason why they arrested you, I didn't send them after you, K-Dot. I didn't send them after you. The reason why they arrested you because you had a warrant for your arrest. And I said, bullshit. I beat that case too. It was a bogus warrant, and not only that, I said, so you claim to say that you know everything about your department. Did you know that they added a charge as far as interference? And he said, well, no, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's because you ignored my fucking emails. And he was just like, look, man, let bygones be bygones. I got to go back in the city council meeting. He reached out and tried to shake my hand. I said, fuck your hand. Fuck your hand. That's exactly what I said.
I think that's about the worst insult you can give somebody.
How about you, Crispus? You got a mic?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, brother.
Yeah, we got you.
Is that Rice Krispies?
That would be Mr. Rice Krispie in the house,
I
y'all.
thought I recognized him.
What's up, Rice Krispie?
What's up, DJ K-Dot?
What's going on, buddy? I salute you.
Wolves Den.
What's going on, brother? You got a DS9 background?
Yeah, no, this is the Millennium Falcon.
That's a Millennium Falcon, man.
Wow.
All he's missing is Chewbacca.
Hey, I'm an old fucker. I can't see very well. It looks like
the Kessel run at 12 parsecs.
Yeah, right.
Rice Krispie, you look very safe. So,
thank you. Heather, thanks for that article. You know I read that.
I'm glad.
No, and the blue ribbon citizens panel is necessary. That's one of the steps that I have. It's a 12-step thing, and qualified immunity is the 13th step. Of course, it should be the first before anything. So I wrote those 12 steps, and you won't find qualified immunity in there, but it's just left unsaid. I mean, we shouldn't have had it in the first place.
I agree 100%.
Where the hell you been, man? You ain't been answering
where
my
you
text
been,
messages. Damn it.
Oh,
Judd, could you drop that video of K-Dot?
I'm gonna put you out here live on YouTube and ask you that question too.
It's crazy stuff's been going on all over the place.
Hey, Judd, could you drop the video link to K-Dot's video in there? There's a couple of people that are asking what video we're talking about.
I don't think it's
actually. I don't think he has it on
KDOT
stage
doesn't
yet,
even. He didn't even. Yeah,
Oh.
that was
It's
like
not even uploaded yet, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be up. Should be uploaded. I know people were wondering why I didn't get tackled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought for
normally
sure
they
I was
do.
gonna see him coming down that staircase, a whole bunch of guys in blue to grab your ass, dude.
And there was a lot of, and I want to be clear, there was maybe about 7 to 8 police officers there. So I was actually kind of hoping for that shit.
You almost did a half-baked movie there. You're like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You're cool, and you're a piece of shit. I'm out.
I was thinking about doing that.
You did that.
I just got a text from
What got me was the gavel up the ass.
Well, because the last time I was there, I told the mayor to stick the gavel up his ass. And I noticed it's still up there.
Safekeeping.
The city councilman just DM'd me, and he was like, "Dude, you're my anger translator, so thank you for your service." Because last time when I told the mayor to stick the gavel up his ass, he spit out a lot of water. He said, "God damn, you got to tell me next time."
Yeah. Barlap saying it's not uploaded yet on your page yet.
Yeah, it's not showing. I just checked and it's not showing.
Well, guess what? I just happened to pull it back up.
Yeah, pull it back up. Let's play it again.
Play that shit again. You can only watch that twice a day for sure.
Genwell, don't rewind. Here we go.
Yeah, y'all want to see it? Here we go.
Okay, Katie. Followed by Carlton Kulig.
Prepare to laugh.
Now, what we need to do is get that whole video of that group of guys going back and going, "Damn!"
Good evening, Aurora citizens. Man, it's been a long fucking time since I've been up here. I don't have a nice, pretty speech or anything like that. I am a bit frustrated. And I see Mike Kaufman, you still got the gavel still stuck up your ass. Jim, you definitely don't have any nuts. That was definitely a politically hit move that you did on the chief of police. And you're a piece of shit for that. I just wanted to say that to you and the thing. Miss Piggy, you're a piece of shit too. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're a piece of shit too. Not only that, if we are going to go back to the old way that Aurora Police is going to be policing, I'm going to be watching each and every one of your fucking officers, and I'm going to hold them accountable. You understand? I want to make that you can make that a public fucking record. And this also a piece of shit that got shit on his chin right here, that like to smile and like to advocate for police and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you actually forgot about the goddamn citizens that actually pay your fucking salary. So at the end of the day, the council people that know who I hold truly in my heart, you know who you are. The rest of you are all pieces of shit.
So are you.
That's fine, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's my community that look like me who are dying in the fucking community because of fucking police officers. So, new chief of police, I'm gonna give you a fair shake, but I will be watching you too, and I hope you do a good job, and I will give you that honor to at least give you the benefit of the doubt to do a Good job. But Jim, I did used to like you, and I thought you did actually have integrity. But the way you did the chief, and trust me, me and the chief had back and forth. We did not agree on everything. But at the end of the day, she did what she was supposed to do, and that was to serve the community. And that at the end of the day, that's how I feel. And I digress. And
where are we time-wise? Yeah. Okay.
Well,
drop the mic.
So,
or something like that is not as bad as talking over somebody during their time.
Right. And again, for everybody that's watching, in layman terms, what K-Dot said was, fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out. Just saying.
Just dropped the mic and walked away.
Pretty much, Toe. Pretty much.
Thank you, DJ K. That's how you got to go up there and talk to him sometimes, man.
And we need, the thing is we need a lot more people. Black, white, pink, purple, yellow with, blue stripes and pink polka dots. All right. We need everybody to get up there.
On that. I don't know, some fat fucker. He came up to me and he was just like, well, you could have went about that differently, man. It's like, so what? Should I pull the Colin Kaepernick? Oh, you still would have been pissed. I said, go fuck off. You don't know what the fuck I do. You're not involved in this community like I am. You haven't went to some of these funerals that I had to go to. You haven't spoke to the community like I have. You haven't gotten phone calls at 3 or 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning, holding these damn police accountable. You haven't went to those meetings. You haven't been there. So this is the first time I ever seen you. And he was just like, I'm just trying to give you advice. I said, well, let me give you some goddamn advice. Why don't you go and get a damn gym membership and lose some fucking weight? That's what you can do. Fuck out my face.
So I have a question, K-Dot, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Was that councilwoman's name Miss Piggy or?
It was a lot of conservatives there. It was a lot of conservatives there. Mainly pretty much all the city council members are conservatives. Maybe 4 that are actually Democrats or whatever. But so that's what happened. So
okay, but what's her name, Miss Piggy?
Huh?
What's her name, Miss Piggy? Was that her real name?
Was one of the council people. So
yeah. What is that her name? Can I look her up and look up?
It is now.
What is her fucking name? It was the
Miss Piggy is her name.
Okay. So
you're talking about the blonde-headed girl, right?
You just answered.
Yeah, she's the one who called the chief trash.
Okay.
Yeah,
former chief trash. And it's crazy. And just to let you guys know, I did get a text message from the former chief, and she said, like right after I spoke, because I'm assuming she looked at the city council meeting, and she said thank you.
Well, that's good.
So maybe
is she gonna do an interview?
That's a bridge.
That's the goal, Road Dog. That's the goal.
That's a bridge. That's a bridge right there in the building.
Yeah,
right there. That's a bridge worth building right there. Get that relationship stronger. Get working to where now instead of her being the chief of police, she should run for freaking office. Not as a fucking Democrat, not as an independent, not as a fucking conservative, but as a fucking American.
Right. I agree.
Enough of this shit. Enough of this party bullshit, because that's all that's doing is keeping us divided.
I agree.
People in the chat saying run for mayor.
In your community, your own community, right?
The chief of police works for the mayor, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, the mayor actually in Aurora government, the mayor is just the face, and he's the added extra vote. He does not have power like the Denver mayor does.
What if she becomes like the police commissioner?
The highest thing is the chief.
The chief,
and then it's the city manager.
Rights was asking.
You live in Aurora.
You live in Aurora.
Say that again.
You live in Aurora, right?
Yeah, I do.
Correct.
I live in Aurora.
I'll see you next month.
Yeah, I live in Aurora, and
that's right. You are making your way that way.
He's
ain't
going
you,
to
Rice?
Colorado.
Yeah, you guys have
y'all
to
need
get.
to meet
You guys
up.
have to hook up, K-Dot.
Hey, Rice Krispie, come and film with me. I promise you, you'll have a ball.
So I just spoke at a commission meeting last week, and I'm going back next week.
I seen that, and I actually wanted to cuss your mayor out.
Yeah, well, their mayor. That's it's not my community anymore. I moved away from there. I didn't live in that town, but I lived right next to it before I moved.
Okay.
And it just got named the friendliest city in the state by this one magazine. I'm like, really?
You were there with American Amy and
yeah,
I
was there with Acura Amanda,
James Madison Audits,
Eyes on the State, James Madison Audits, and Jesse Lee, who
Nick
in the community. Big Nick was not there, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh, no, that's okay. He wasn't there that time. Okay, yeah.
So we were speaking about. I got to speak about how I thought it was hypocritical that the chief and the third in command are both on the Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation Board, except the chief is the only one who's on the board. The other guy is just an assessor. Yeah. Either way, they go around to other agencies in the state and they say, like they're accredited because they're following and they're compliant with what's required. They don't have a complaint process. I said that. They said, oh, you're lying. They do now, but it's only online. And they only started the online complaint process when I went there a year and a half ago and said, why don't you guys have it? They used to have it also. You had to talk to a cop. So it wasn't even online before. And they thought that they were like complying and they stopped resisting by just having the online one. And I said, no, that's not what I asked for in the first place. Right. You should have it readily available, a form right there. And you should have a phone line. You guys, I can't call your station. It goes to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. It doesn't go, you don't have one. And the chief cop explained some bullshit about them not having dispatchers trained to dispatch. Said a complaint line is not an emergency line where they have to tell you how to do CPR. It's a landline, and you have one. You just don't want to give it out to the public because you don't want to deal with complaints. So for the same reason that China can say that there were 0 fatalities in building this super bridge across the Yangtze River, they're the ones giving the numbers. A bunch of people died building that bridge. All these people are getting complaints because they're fucking tyrants. And Acura Amanda put out a video on their Facebook page one time, and they took it down saying that it was not ADA compliant because the subtitles didn't match up with the actual speech. That was their reason to cover up their bullshit. This is the same people who actually replied to me on a comment today.
The hell?
The other guy, the third in command that I said, who's an assessor, he was like, oh, it's not fair for you to lie. I said, I'm not a liar, and I'll see you next week when I show the video proof of you saying this shit I was talking about.
Wow.
So if you're watching,
and that's why you keep the cameras rolling.
Josh.
So Rice Creek, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
The mayor there, is it true that he's been the mayor for 15 years or
13, I guess?
They can do that? I thought it was like
See, that's what I'm saying. Like we were talking about, not talking about politics, and you don't worry about who's in the White House for 4 years. Look at these people. Look at who's in Congress for 40 years, and look at who's in your city council and your commission and the good old boys.
The sheriff, there's several been sheriff for 30 and 40 years.
It starts at the bottom.
Yeah,
you're not going to fix the governor's office. You're not going to fix the federal government unless you start fixing local municipalities first.
I agree.
Your town councils, your county, your cities, those have to be fixed first.
District attorney.
And I'll tell you who has a lot of insight on that is Hebrew Hammer. He actually ran for office.
Yeah, he was
in Florida. He was a politician in Florida.
That's right. He did win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only way we can really do that is by getting non-political affiliated people on the panels, on the
Yep,
council.
that's Miss Piggy.
Oh,
that's Miss Piggy he's talking
That's Miss
about right
Piggy.
there.
That's Miss Piggy.
Oh, I see why you called her that. It is striking. I was thinking, is like, did he call her that because she looks like her?
Yep.
Well, I think this is what I'm gonna do.
As a female, I have no comment on that.
I think she was. I thought she was a big.
I think the next city council meeting, I'm going to deliver her a cake, and it's gonna have Miss Piggy on there.
Nah, man, you've got to have somebody make that cake, fucking a Kermit the Frog cake.
No. Have it be a Miss Piggy cake, and the cake inside actually be green.
Oh,
what's that?
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Green pill.
Little racist frog meme. You know what I'm talking about? Be like, fuck Kermit.
Well, she's actually a rookie. So she just got on city council in 2022. So I know she was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, where did he come from? Can he go back? But I definitely made the mayor shit bricks. He was just like, oh my God, not this guy
You
again.
just said it again right there. You would have gotten kicked out of Gulfport because
he didn't shit bricks. He shit a gavel. I'm
you
just
know
saying.
how Liberty Freak freaked out on the phone? He's like, oh my God, bro, I can't wait till I go down there. Oh my God, I'm going to show him some shit. Liberty Freak is about to serve 6 months in jail. Poor guy.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
For bullshit.
Free speech.
Hold it.
Yeah.
He swore at the city council?
No. Oh, no. I'm not talking about Liberty Freak that swore at the city council. That dude, Jesse Lee in Gulfport, said shit, and the cops took him out. They sent him outside. He was very animated, but you can get animated. That's your freedom of speech. It's
That's
like,
a 1980 that's a 1983 case all the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Monkey called me also. It was like, what the fuck? That guy's gonna sue, right? That's an easy.
What's he doing about that? Is he?
Well, he tries to sell ice cream from his bike, so it's not like he has a lot of resources to help him with this.
Okay.
If there's an attorney who can see this and wants to take the case.
And for Rights Crispy, Wolverine's saying that's why we need to be attacking their 501c38. They're not allowed to sway anything that has anything
That's
to do.
a non-for-profit. We need to be attacking their 501c. Look, don't read what this guy has to say. It's don't waste your time. Let me just tell you. I'm sorry. You don't know what I'm talking.
Yeah,
Moving right along.
So I had told a few of my because there's actually supposed to be a few more activists up there, but
like I agreed with what he had to say a minute ago, and that was like one time, and I really don't want to hear anything attacking a 501c3. There are a lot of 501c3s out there who need attacking. Look at there's the Red Cross.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you have to really know that they're bad. You can't just have a hunch, because you could be attacking a charitable organization that does a lot of good. So tread lightly.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to know that they're doing bad first. You have to have the proof. Like, certain 501c3, using a private jet,
and then don't say that
millions a year.
Right.
You got to have that evidence. Before you go after 501c3s. But if you want to get back at your cities and your towns, don't go after, financially. If you're going to sue them, don't go after the cities and the towns. Go after their bond.
Well, they're
bonded, if they're bonded and you go after their bond, they lose that bond, they can never get another one.
Now, is that what everybody's talking about when they're talking about it's kind of like an accreditation that the police departments are trying to go after?
Right. Yeah. They have to meet certain compliance. You know, they have to operate a certain way in order to have that diploma hanging on their wall in their lobby that they don't want us to film.
But not all of them have
it's up
that,
there
right?
for them to show it off, but they don't want anybody taking pictures of it.
Isn't that funny? They put all them displays out there and all that kind of shit, but then when you walk in there with a camera and take pictures of it, you're some kind of criminal.
Well, I mean, are they really honoring the fallen? Those that die in the line of duty, like they say they are, by putting their badge and everything up there, if they don't let anybody see it?
No.
And take a picture of it? Is that really honoring the flag? You know, the U.S. flag that they hold up there if nobody sees it?
That's a good point.
You know, that's like going up to a homeless man and giving him $5 or $10 and saying, "Hey God, look, I'm good. I'm giving him money." You know, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I agree. I agree. And that's why people need to really pay attention to what's going on. And I did get something on the street that they're trying to. I just hope they don't bring the old president of the union, the APA union, back, because I know he's fired, but he's trying to also still petition to get his job back. So because the chief did fire him, and because he said some racist shit.
All the people that she fired are going to probably all come back in droves, all of them.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They'll be rehired. You know that.
Well, I don't know if you guys seen the press conference today with the chief, and there was an anonymous officer who wanted their statement to be read. And I would say toward the end of that statement, it was pretty chilling.
You got a copy of that?
Huh?
You got a copy of that?
Of the press conference?
Yeah.
I can send Road Dogg the link.
Yeah, let's get a copy of that. Let's see what they had to say.
I'm gonna try to put it on my page too. So
yeah, do that. Do that. Tag me in it if you have to. I don't care. I want to hear what they had to say.
Yeah, because the chief. I don't think the chief was planning on being there, but they were like, "Well, we're gonna advocate for you whether you're there or not." So she was just like, "Well, shit, I gotta go," you know. And so, am I worried about the chief? Not really. She's fine. She gets her pension. She put 26 years of service. If anything, if I were her, I'd be a private investigator. Shit, you know.
What's the new police chief's name?
Christian
Zimmerman.
Chris Jules or Joe.
Jules, Juul.
Jules,
yeah, it's
right?
Juuls.
Yeah. So he was there tonight, and I wanted to give him the benefit of. I'm fair. I'm a fair auditor. You know, I don't really know his background like that or anything, but I know he's a division chief. And I want to at least give him the benefit of the doubt, but I let him know that I am going to be watching him as well. If he fucks up, I'm going to be there to expose it. Yep. Simple as that.
Right.
And I think the reason why they didn't tackle me is because, first of all, I beat that case, which was a big case in Aurora, as far as when they tried to unlawfully arrest me, and I beat that case. And it probably solidified that, I'm not, leave him the fuck alone. Leave him alone.
But it's just, they had to be solidified because they're super stupid in Aurora. That's the worst, one of the worst departments I've heard of in Colorado. They did the Elijah McClain murder. They murdered that kid for no reason. And then they went after that one cop, pulled his gun on the doctor that was like packing up stuff for a Boy Scout troop in his own building, right?
Brittany Gillum. We can't forget Brittany Gillum. The one they pulled out the guns on them kids. And
that was laid the kids on the hot concrete.
We can't forget Kyle Vinson, the one that he was pistol whipped.
And this is all this one agency.
I'm saying, Rice Krispie, it would be an honor for you to come out there and record with me, man.
Wasn't it Aurora that beat up that?
The honor is all on my side of the table. It's like I'm honored to work with you, man. You've done a lot of great work. You saw that movie, Office Space? They were talking about Michael Bolton.
I got family in Florida too. I got it.
Oh, right on, and yes, you do, right here. So come on, man, anytime you're home.
I feel what's going on.
I'm a romantic guy. I am.
I should have put up a scoreboard.
I think I love all the Denver people, man. Like Eric Brandt, number one, is one of my top favorite people in the world, let alone in this community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and everybody thinks, really, like, because of the absolutely different styles. It's like I believe in a champion like him is necessary. I can't do that. I can't do it, not because I don't want to. It's because I can't. You know, I can maybe in a second or something like snatch my camera back from somebody and turn into Eric Brandt and channel him for a second or two. To live the Eric Brandt life 24/7, there's a reason why he was an underwater atom smasher and he dealt with nuclear stuff, because he's nuclear powered himself, man. Mm-hmm. That's what he did in the Navy, and you got to be a super genius to do that, man. I admire that guy so much, and everybody else around him who he inspired. You know, it's kind of like I Rogue Nation down here, man. I got started because of Rogue Nation, and he inspired a lot of people down here too. You know, so
I hear you,
try to be that spark for somebody when somebody has already taken care of themselves and their family, and they're ready to do good for others, and you have that spark. Remember this: pick up a camera and start recording police interactions. Or join Rotary.
It's imperative. I mean, you can save people's lives, man. I mean, it's just, you know, and the sad thing is, you know, the community's talking to me and they're like, you know, damn, should we move? Like, you know, there's a lot of people like, I think we should move. And that's the sad thing about that, because I'm not moving.
No.
And, you know, people can't run away from their problems, because you're gonna have problems everywhere. But let's deal with it head on.
Yeah, you can't move. You can't move because there's fucking tyranny in the place you live. You know what I mean? Like the only thing you can do is stand up and fight. That's what we have to do, is stand up and fight for our rights and fight for justice. You know?
Yeah, and you don't want to give them a false sense of victory either.
Yeah,
I moved because this is not my real background, but it's more beautiful than this. And I would have stayed where I was to fight the good fight, but like, see, I'm suing. I was just talking to one of us on the phone and explaining to him that I don't want to sound like a bootlicker, but they normally act like FBI agents. And this guy they hired, they shouldn't have. That's why I'm suing the city too, not just him in his individual capacity, but both of them. And it's written like that in the lawsuit. It's the city should never have hired this guy. He was a burnout from Detroit and Chicago before that. He was just coming right out of the last couple of years in another pension down here. We can't have those triple dippers. You know, so that's a triple dipper.
He would be considered a gypsy cop, wouldn't he?
And a lot of people have lit me up because I've titled my stuff like that. And they're like, oh, that's a derogatory name because it's people who resembled Egyptians, but they were actually Romani. I get it. I won't say that anymore.
No, but they can label you a sovereign citizen.
Right, exactly. They can call me whatever they want.
They can call you whatever you want, but don't you dare use a word against me that, a gypsy has become synonymous with the term someone who moves around a lot.
Right. And I've said, that.
Okay, so should we call them nomad?
I think real gypsies tell you that they're gypsies. I'm just saying. I've ran into a couple real, true blue gypsies, and they've told me I'm a gypsy. Is exactly
channel that I promoted, Gypsy UK. And
Gypsy Auditor. Yeah,
Gypsy Auditor UK. He's
I love him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, and people have been telling me don't use that name. I'm like, he calls himself that. I didn't use that name, so I have that one up. But I've pointed out several officers who have changed different departments, and I had that in the title. And some people really have a good point about how they take offense to it, and I don't want to offend anybody. Right. So it means more to me that they tell me that, so I won't do that. Than me having that title.
Call them wanderers, I guess. Then.
Yeah, and you could say it all you want to, and I could say Gypsy UK, because he calls himself that.
Yeah, that's his own name.
Right. So I just want to point something out to you. All right. Anybody telling you what words you can or cannot use is a violation of your First Amendment right.
Absolutely. And I feel that
at any level.
Listen, I'm Jordan Peterson with you, man. I'm right there. Like when they tell me that I have to say it a certain way, no, it's still my choice. Yep. You understand? Here in the United States, it's still my choice. If we turn into Canada and they tell me that I have to not say that anymore, like this is a person, a subscriber telling me, hey, look, this is it. Look at this history. And I related to that. And I treat every situation differently and dynamically. And I absorbed that information and I learned and I grew. Like I don't use the N-word anymore. But if you met me in 2006, you would have heard me saying it all the time. Not in a bad way, but like Jay Surreal still says it like that. Him and Raggle Monkey will say it to each other all day long in a cool way. I don't even say it like that anymore, And it's not for anything like, delicate sensibilities. It's because of my own growth.
Yeah, but I mean, if it becomes your personal choice, that's fine.
Right. That's the key.
And that's the key part of it. It becomes your personal choice. All right. But for them to sit there and say, you can't say this.
I'll say it for my friends. If they tell me that I can't say it, like by law, I'll be saying, gypsy, 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 gypsy.
Yeah. Right. Come stop me from saying
if they try to put it into law, that's
and just for the record, this is a private panel run by Road and Toe Show, so we can tell you what not to say. What to say and not to say. Just saying.
Right, we're in your house. That's another thing. It's like the government didn't take away your free speech. YouTube has their own house that we're in right now.
And I hear that a lot when people, you're suppressing my freedom of speech. This is YouTube. This is me and Road Dog's channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't like what you say, I mean, I'll let you talk and I'll let you say a lot of things, but there's a few things that I won't let you say.
Yeah.
And I do shout.
Taking my camera off, that's to take a chug. I don't want to do it on camera because that F's up your algorithm.
Oh man, I don't care, dude. We're good.
All right. Big way.
It's just,
I was like, I couldn't figure out why you kept on putting your thing up. I didn't know if you were flipping me off like fuck you, Toe, or something like that. Just don't dox me again, all right, please.
Did he tell you I called him immediately or texted him? Yeah. Did he do what he did?
Raids Crispy just talking.
Yeah, people were laughing their ass off, dude. I was getting calls and texts. They were like, dude, did you hear Raids Crispy, dude? He just said your name, man.
He said your nickname.
Yeah, you did say my nickname. I will give you that.
Oh, I have no problem with people knowing who I am. You want to dox me? Go ahead. I'll give you my name. I'll give you my address.
Yep.
If you decide to show up with
Florida versus the city of Largo.
Yep, your name is public record.
Yeah.
You know,
versus the city of Largo and Officer Thomas Disney.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
I've been following you for a while, and I've just been sitting back and watching.
Thank you. It's not a half-hour sitcom, sir. Thank you. I got arrested in February of 2020.
Yep.
And this is my action began last Friday. Well, not began, but it's
but I've been watching the auditing community for years now. Okay.
We had a little hiccup in 2020 that I don't know if people understand.
A bunch of big hiccups.
Things didn't happen as smoothly as probably people expected in 2019. You know?
Yeah. But it's you know what I've noticed is that you guys are what I would call constitutional patriots. Not the patriots, you know, the 3%ers or anything like that. Constitutional patriots. All right. There's a big difference. And that's what, you know, I've always say I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not an independent. I'm a constitutional purist. Okay. I believe in the Constitution. I believe those rights were granted to me by God and affirmed by the Constitution, not granted by a piece of paper or by men. They were an agreed upon recognition from God. Period.
Right. So
the third. People say the third isn't that much granted by God about troops not being staged.
Your creator. Your creator.
That's why I always try to say. I think the proper way to say is this: you know, you got inalienable rights that is protected by the Constitution. You know, I have God-given inalienable rights protected by the Constitution. So.
Well, I have a problem with that statement. I have a problem with that statement. Okay?
Go ahead.
And it's perfectly fine what you said, but your constitutional rights are given to you by your creator, whoever that may be. Okay. It's affirmed by the Constitution.
Okay.
They're protected by you. All right. They're protected by you because when it comes right down to it, you are responsible for your own protection.
That's true.
And if we allow government, police, anybody to trample on that right, you're failing. Okay. You're failing. You try to tell me what to say and what I can and cannot say. You're coming at me sideways. I'm going to defend my rights. Nobody tells me what I can and cannot say.
Okay.
All right. So it's up to you to protect your rights.
And I would say I agree with you on. There was a few statements that you had made, and you stated that people became lazy.
Yes.
And I agree with that 100%. And I think the goal is when we're telling people when we're out there doing our thing as far as being, you know, proactivists, I think, because we don't do the reactive stuff. We go out there and prevent shit from happening.
Yep.
And
preemptive.
when we do that, is to encourage other people to do it, you know, because some people, can you come to Tennessee? Can you come to this, you know, and I'm flattered. I really am. But the goal is to get you to go out there and do it. So because we're stronger in numbers and we're just getting bigger. I mean,
and I thought about that, but a lot of these people who have reached out, they can't. They literally are incapable of leaving their home sometimes, you know.
Well,
sometimes with that like invitation to get people to do things, it just I mean, I think everybody should do this. Everybody should do this, and it should just become natural. But at the beginning stages, everybody should be very careful and talk to a lawyer and know the laws where you live before you do this.
I agree.
because
we can't just
people
call
are going
us.
out there getting hemmed up for stupid shit, and we never hear from them. We never heard from that channel, and he's 6 months in there because he didn't know, the laws.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rice Krispies. We cannot be just bystanders. Like before I even started, picked up the camera, I was in the law library for 3 to 4 years, and then plus watching these videos, and then so I knew what the fuck I was doing. I was, if you notice in my videos, I'll restate the Colorado Revised Statutes and stuff like that. I kind of know them by heart now, because I've went over them in different subjects of what I'm doing. So it is important. You need to, if you're going to be doing this, you need to know your laws. You do.
Knowledge is power, and wisdom too, because it's not all about knowledge. Because you could come out there and be like, "Ooh," and I told him Eric V. McDonald, if we go to court, and I'm gonna tell him this, and I'm gonna tell him that, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you got us." No, it's not gonna happen.
That ain't happening.
Well, even that, like, no, you're a trans person, and we're gonna throw you in jail since August.
Yeah. You just got to be careful, man. Anybody, I really respect what Dragonette has done. She really took her time. As far as she started recording from 30-40 feet away, and then she got closer and closer when she felt comfortable in doing it. But she educated herself on the laws, and she watched a lot of our videos and stuff like that. So shout out to Dragonette.
We need the 30-foot awayers, like Lightning Dave. Shout out to Lightning Dave, because he catches them in their natural habitat when they don't know that anybody's watching. He's in his truck and they act up, man. And he catches.
Yeah, you would have told me 5 years ago that I'm going to be recording police, I would have laughed in your face.
I got a comment about something you said earlier about the people out there doing it. And I'm going to use a military terminology. For every one person, for every one set of boots, all right, there's 11 people behind that one set of boots in support. Okay. Why do we have such a big military when we only have actually so many soldiers going out? You got like 1 million people in the military, but we sent 50,000 out. All right, because it takes 11 people to support every single one of those boots. And that's the way we need to look at this war. We are at war. The First Amendment community, the constitutional loving people are at war for our constitutional rights. We need to start looking at it that way. The perspective changes when you just sitting there watching YouTube and looking at the videos and hitting the like button or subscribe button. It changes when you actually look at what people go through. When you see auditors get arrested for exercising their rights, it changes.
And when that happens,
it becomes a
your
battle.
video ends and the camera gets confiscated and our ass gets taken into a cold cage.
Right.
It stinks. And we're sitting there and then we got a lot of money while you're watching the next video about
It smells like jail cell smells like piss and
it definitely sucks. I
people
think,
were like, why didn't you just take the arrest? Bitch, why didn't you?
I mean, he's like, right. Those are the people that you ignore, and you go to the people that are supporting you. And you do shows like this, like Road Dogg and Toe for Life put up, and you come on the panels and you talk, or you're in the chat and you're talking. And that's the only way we win this war. Is to continue to grow supporters, continue to grow listeners, where we win their hearts and their minds. Now, I'm the type of person, I'm blunt. All right, I will call people lazy and apathetic, because that's what we have become as a society, lazy and apathetic. That's why they can do this and get away with it.
Since you said blunt, I had to show that one more time. John F. Kennedy smoking
a blunt.
Oh, yeah.
so Wolfman.
Yeah.
I agree with the laziness. I do. But what about? Can we also add misguided, because our children are not really being taught how to really
Paw Patrol.
It kind of like they have to find out the hard way. If
I sort of think the misguided falls under the apathy.
Okay.
If it's not affecting me, I don't need to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see my kids losing my rights, so why should I inform them of their rights? And cheers to the parents of those kids in Washington when the scamdemic. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say that. When the incident started 2 years ago, they stood up against the mask mandates and they walked out. They went to school. I think this was Washington. I can't remember what county it was in, but it was one of the Washington state school districts. The kids all went en masse to the school when they started masking the kids at school and refused to wear a mask. Those parents taught their kids, or the school taught their kids maybe a little too well. Who knows? I don't believe the school had anything to do with it, because they've been trying for generations to shut down constitutional talk.
What was it? Have you seen N2 Film? He's out of California. It's the letter N, the number 2, and film.
Off the top of my head, I'm going to say no.
Oh, because he's black. He wears a balaclava. He has gold grill and dreads that come out from under the balaclava. But he's been wearing a mask since 2018, man.
There's
he'll wear that ski mask and roll up on the cops' hangout spot in an outdoor cafe, like sit down with them and do a selfie with them. But ever since he has worn that mask, and he's been using the excuse like, yeah, I wear this because there's cameras everywhere and they're taking my images for things like, have you ever heard of metadata brokers?
Yeah.
I think this John Oliver guy did something about it last night, but I've been talking about this since forever, because
John Stossel did a show on meta brokers
like 10 years ago or something. I was watching C-SPAN and they were talking about them and how much power these people have. And these old people, like we were talking about, who have spent 40 years in Congress, have no fucking clue what a metadata broker is. Yeah. And they're making laws about what they're allowed to do and what they're allowed to mine out of it. Ah, shit. Gypsy Auditor UK is here now.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you that.
Shit.
Yeah,
you spoke Urania's bell.
The Florida DMV sold our private info to those people for $77 million.
Yep.
And they don't want to know like when and where you go shopping. They want to know why. And that's what the artificial intelligence is taking in. That shit is what makes Mark Zuckerberg's face look like that, because it's out of control now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they listen to your phone. All right. I'll be talking with my wife in a personal conversation with my wife inside my home. I will mention something like, and I'll give you a direct example. We were talking about getting power generators. All right. Solar versus gas versus liquid gas. Okay.
Versus big up the Gypsy power generator.
Yep. And the next thing I know, on my phone, all right, when I logged in to watch a video on YouTube while I was sitting on a crapper, what pops up? 5 different ads in a row for generators. Really? You're going to tell me that was just a coincidence?
No,
that's scary,
your
man.
phone.
That happens to our phone conversations, and it's come up from phone conversations.
Your phone is a metadata broker.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, that's what I tell people too. It's like, you're worried about my camera, but I'm not going to sell it to Merck and Pfizer. I don't know how much everybody in your family weighs, like those cameras do.
Yep.
Stupid. I'm on your side.
Everything's being filmed. Everything's being filmed everywhere you go. The law, government has films on the street corners filming you. Look at the UK. Look at Australia.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere. They're lucky if they can go into the bathroom without being filmed. There's cameras in the bathroom, just not in the stalls. Okay, but there's cameras in the bathroom filming them while they're washing their hands after they get done to see if they wash their hands. And every single one of those cameras goes back to a data collection system to identify who you are. And that's done through a private company. The private company finds out who you are and then sells that data to the government and to other agencies or other private parties.
And there are so many of those going on that it's like almost every day I get a lot of different news feeds, and I try to stay on top of what is like pertinent shit, not Will smacking Chris or anything. I even though that I thought that was funny. I got caught up in that, man. I got caught up in that. Like, I used to watch Jersey Shore, same shit. It's like guilty pleasure.
Well, I mean,
but the stuff that I watch, it's like there's always a company getting sued for having given out our information, for having been invasive, for having and it's like week after week there's different companies that are getting like sued for this, but slap on the wrist sued. They're making hand over fist off of our privacy. They
make $1 billion, but they get fined $1 million.
You want to know the largest metadata broker there is?
Who?
Google.
Amazon.
Hospital. Alphabet.
No, you're a hospital. The hospital you go to.
Actually, it's the Mormons.
They literally sell your information.
Yeah.
All right. They transfer your information from the hospital to a transcription company owned by the hospital, the large corporate like Ascension or somebody like that.
Right.
And then they in turn sell that private information to other insurance companies.
So I was only half joking about the Mormons because they own Ancestry.com and they baptize people in people's names. So they have the biggest registry of like genealogy in the world, I think.
Right. Yeah. And they're the ones that were doing that back, I think it was Alabama. People were being pulled over and forced by law enforcement to give DNA samples.
Alabama?
And I think it was in Alabama.
That's lawsuit number 2, baby.
Yeah. Man, that place is so
you got to look that up.
I got arrested in Mobile and then Columbus, Georgia. That's lawsuit number 3.
Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah, and that one's still going on. I got arrested in October of 2020, and I have court on May 11th, which I'm making a motion to continue because I'll be in Colorado.
When you coming out to Colorado, man?
I'll be out there then.
When in May?
In May.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'll see you next month, man.
Feel free.
Making plans.
Tell me, please. I thought you had already emailed me. Didn't you already email me once before?
Feel free to stop by Oklahoma on your way.
Did I email you?
I was in Lawton, Oklahoma. Never again.
Did I email you? Is that?
Yes, please. I thought you did, man. rightscrispy@gmail.com.
I live on the other side of the state.
I think I did. I think we did email each other. Yeah.
Good side. I thought we did.
Like, was it k.copwatch@gmail.com?
I don't know. I got to check, but if we have,
a while ago.
Just get my number so we can hook up when I'm out there.
There's another
data
miner.
I'm gonna bounce out all over the place out there.
Guys, there's another data miner right there. Your email account.
Yeah.
It's being and data mined for your conversations to pick out keywords so they can direct ads to you, or the, NSA can look at it and say, oh my God, he said this word in this email, and we need to watch him. He's a security risk.
Well,
yeah, that's why I was saying, like, you keep saying constitutionalist and we're at war. And there's all these red flags, bro.
The FBI
like,
has
you know
been
that
to my
we're on the
house.
list. If we say constitutionalist or fundamentalist Christian, that's on an FBI list already.
Yeah,
And,
the FBI was out at my house. I just bought this property 2018. January 1st, 2018, I moved into this house. All right. By the end of January, I had FBI at my house. How did they know where I lived that quick?
Magic.
It's all magic. It's all no. I had the FBI out at my previous address. All right, several times, because I mentioned things on my radio show. Because I had the audacity to say y'all suck, and you're a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
Oh God! Now I gotta turn my.
If you want to come after my guns, you can have them one round at a time.
Yeah, I gotta turn my security cameras on now because of you, Wolfstand. Fuck. I'm gonna have
your house about to be raided.
Yeah, I'm about to hear a knock on my garage door, like do.
Like, seriously, have that shit ready. I have the cameras up in fucking trees all around this property.
I don't have cameras. I have
you can't even see them. And
I don't have
got 'em up.
cameras. I have big dogs.
Hey, that's a good one.
I have big dogs, and I got one that's a growing dog, and he's going to hit 200 pounds. So, yeah.
What you got, Road Dog? I keep hearing your phone going off back
there. They like to shoot those.
No, it's not. It's not my phone going off.
You know, that's Heather.
I was going to say,
Yes, it's me.
Ever since Wolverine started coming up, my camera's been going 24/7.
Night vision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm fucking around.
I'm telling you,
holy shit!
FBI, they come to my house and Big Man just said they like to shoot those things, as in my dogs. I love my dogs to death. You shoot my dog, I will come after you. I will come after your family. Okay. That being said, my dogs are there to give me the 3 to 4 I need to grab my weapon and return fire. That's their purpose.
I'm glad I didn't connect my channel.
No, I'm saying we know that, man. It's like, wait, everybody here is on board with that. Just wait till.
I know what you're saying.
Signal.
I know what you're saying.
Signal.
I am the signal. I am the signal. I'm the one that's telling you right now, get your shit in order. Get it together.
Let me check something real quick. Caucasian Sasquatch, I see you're back in here. Did you have a question for Right to Crispy earlier? I think I seen you ask him a question, and I'm not sure if he's seen it.
Yeah, he was asking about the process of suing.
Okay.
I mean, it's not easy. Like I said, I got February, especially with all the shit that happened that same year. Because a month later, after I got arrested, was when the lockdown began. I was like, my shit was dropped, and I didn't have to go to court or do any of that shit. But it wasn't easy for me to get the ball rolling on the lawsuit. It's luck.
Yeah, it takes several. Hell, I'm still dealing with my first lawsuit, and that was what, November of 2019.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 years
And
ago.
it's in the process of being looked at by a judge because the attorney of the officer who violated my rights, or officers, I should say, wanted to have my case dismissed because of qualified immunity, or at that particular time, qualified immunity. That my video had no basis or whatever. So we're just waiting for the judge to clear it.
Asking for it.
So.
No, I'm not gonna go on your show, Sasquatch. I don't know who you are.
Sasquatch is good people, man. He did an interview with me, AJ, Heather, Road Dogs, K Dot. He's a good guy. He does an interview. It's just you and him on panel, and he interviews you, and it's all good. He's good people.
Okay. Yeah, he just did NC Tyrant Hunter.
Yeah, he did Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good people.
All right, Toll for Life vouch for you. I'll do it.
Yeah, he's good people.
All right,
but
everybody,
Finn is my brother from another mother.
Yeah, he's
good, man.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just like you came at me the same way that a troll came at me on a thing. Like he shared one of my videos on a troll channel, and you know what I do with my videos? I actually file the certificate of registration with the Library of Congress, and he used my shit. And I said, "Hey, let's go bowling, man! Cause strike." I'm striking you, man.
Caucasian is not a troll.
The trolls. Anybody who's in this community that asks me to use one of my videos, they ask me. I say yes every single time. If you don't ask me and you use my video, it's like jumping my fence and taking a steak off my barbecue, and I strike you. And I don't ask you to please take it down because you didn't ask me to take it. So if I had a nickel for every time one of those people said, "Hey man, why didn't you ask me?" and then he follows up with another email, "Well, come on my show because I want to interview you," and I'm like, "Fuck you very much." No, I'm not gonna.
Fuck you very much.
My bad. I just I was in that mindset. You gotta understand, man. It's
Caucasians. Cass, I can personally vouch for him, man. He's
Caucasians good people.
I'm actually. When you gonna have me back, Caucasian shit?
Right.
It was fun.
And on that note, what you were talking about, Rights Crispy, how did we meet? How did me and you meet?
Right, like legit, like you introduced yourself to me, and I said, "Okay, we vetted each other."
And I asked you for a video. I asked you if I could use a video, didn't I?
Yep. And you got it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
man,
still have it.
yeah.
I still have it, and still haven't edited it down and put it out on my channel yet.
I want to pick Rice Krispies' brain.
Go ahead. What's up?
I want to pick your brains, man. No, we don't have enough time.
No,
they want to shut down this show.
Well, let me explain this process real quick. If you want to,
I think
copyright.
I think how we met was on was it on Diana Liv's panel? That's the first time we met.
What were you on there? Was it 2 times that I was on there?
Yeah, I think that's when he did like a 15 hour panel.
Yeah, yeah. And he kept on threatening to use one of my videos. I was like, I hope you would. Oh, I wish you would.
That's how I met. That's how I met.
And you know what? You know what the irony of the situation is? Like 2 days later, I saw this video of this guy who was on a construction site, and it was a body cam video. And I saw it on his channel, but it was a body cam video. So I put it on my channel, and he got a bunch of views. But I saw it on his channel first. So he was like saying that he was going to use my video. It turned out the other way around.
And listen, I just because Wrights brought that up and showed that paper, I want him to kind of go into that a little bit because this may help you, K-Dot, AJ, Big Man, Road Dogs, even me, because me and Wrights actually talked about this on the phone like 2 weeks ago, and it's about copyrights and things like that, and he can tell you a way on how he goes about making his shit to where it's his. Like if you use it without his permission, he can sue you, like straight sue you, not get you shut down by YouTube, like sue you.
Right.
So there you go. Go ahead, Rights. I mean,
yeah, there's the trademark and then the copyright. I've trademarked the Rights Crispy logo and the name, and that takes months. It's a couple months away. I started in October of last year.
Okay.
But the actual copywriting all the videos, it's $45 per video. Yeah. And when you upload it, it's no easy task. Depending on how long the video is, you have to break it down to reduce the quality and the size to 500 megabytes and split it up into different pieces until you have the whole video. If it's 4 parts for like a 30-minute video, you have to break it up into 500 megabytes, 4 parts, and upload all those as one entry for $45. It's a pain in the ass. But since I have these Indonesian and Brazilian and different like out of the country Facebook channels using my videos, like going live and shit with my video playing in the background and a little Asian lady in the right corner talking. It's like it's weird because people are telling me, hey man, I'm watching you going live right now. Are you okay? Because I tell people, hey, don't subscribe for my numbers or anything. Subscribe and hit the bell, because if I go live, it means I'm about to get arrested by an idiot. So I need you to call that agency. All right. That's how I tell people, like when I tell them about my channel. Anyways, so Facebook doesn't give a fuck about those people. And they're like, no, they're using your shit. So what? It's your shit. Prove it. And these people have like a system going on. They're sharing Audit the Audit stuff, Long Island audit stuff, all this stuff. So I hired a lawyer last December, and he broke it down for me. Okay. So it's not a matter of going after those people who are doing it. Now it's on the platform that you show them this. It's on the platform. Because, hey, you want proof? Here it is. Because when you create something, it is yours and you have a copyright to it. But unless you register that copyright with the Library of Congress, you can't bring action against the people doing it or the platform that is doing it. You understand?
Yeah, but hasn't Audit the Audit he has not did one on you.
I talked to him before he shared my latest video that he called me and told me he was going to give the cops that pulled over my wife's cousin a B-. I was like, you're going to what? James Freeman said, what the fuck? Like when I told him B-. He got it so wrong, but he's working with a lawyer and he's part of like a conglomerate YouTube channel group. Audit the Audit is the only cop one on there. Everybody else is about makeup and travel and reviews, teeny bopper bullshit. It's like a big company that he works for. And hey, more power to him, man. But that's the truth. You heard the facts from me. I'm telling you what Audit the Audit is about. But that motherfucker has never trademarked his own name. I'm like, come on, man. Okay. He did tell me he's from Alabama, so there's that.
But he's never did a fucking audit in his life, right?
No, so that's what I'm saying. He's part of a conglomerate.
I don't really like him.
People who will take away from what we're saying. And like, did you see a big shift the year before last in 2020 in the summer from everybody being against police brutality to somebody burning an AutoZone down and changing the narrative completely and creating way more bootlickers than we could fucking handle? There's a method to their fucking madness, and using somebody like that in that conglomerate group to say, in this situation, you should just suck their dick and let them rob you at road.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like in my situation, Audit the Audit was my introduction.
Yeah.
Into the community.
1.5 million viewers. Yeah.
And then ASD Docs, and then Chuck Bronson, and then I found other channels and looked into it. So a lot of people do find them. That and Big Man. And I mean that's how I met Toe and Road was through other channels. So I mean they do have their place. But as I know what I see where you're coming from, because after being in here for a while, it's like
you grow.
That's
what I was talking about. That growth where you stop using a word because why use it anymore? Do you really want to say gypsy that bad? And you want to call him a gypsy cop? He's a nomadic cop that likes to jump around. Somebody doesn't like me saying that. I'm not going to say that anymore. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
I don't do audits.
It's growth. If I started because my friend sent me a High Desert Community Watch thing. I don't watch. I can't remember the last time I watched one of his videos. I don't watch him anymore. Not anything against the guy, but
he's what got me started watching him.
High
Desert,
Desert,
Texas Sheepdog, SA Ecstasy Perez, News Now Houston.
I would have to say, and I think it was either Facebook or YouTube, and it was Joe Citizen, and that dude was, well, first of all, he was, you know, me being a black guy, I'm like, oh my god,
I've never seen a brother talk to a cop like that. Like, I know.
Brothers in my neighborhood that talk to the cops like that, they getting slammed to the ground. In my neighborhood, they talk to the cops like that. Yeah,
yeah, like we're so programmed. Our culture, we're taught to make it home. You know what I'm saying? You do what you're told. Yes, sir. No, sir. Make it the fuck home. That's what we were taught to do. And
goal.
And and that's how, you know, we always had that sit down talk, and you know, just when you have an encounter with the police, make sure you're 10 and 2 and all those type of things.
And to be fair with that, I mean, that is a very honest way to look at it, because your community was the last ones to see their rights visualized.
Well,
you
no,
know,
actually,
so I can see why that is.
Gay people, 2012. Not me. I'm not raising my hand as a gay person. I'm an ally, though. But in 2012, they were the latest ones. But no, I'm saying as a race, not. I know.
I got to argue with you on that one.
What's that?
All right, they had the same rights that everybody else has.
Now
the black community didn't.
No,
they didn't have those rights. All right. They
no,
were
I'm
taken
talking
away
about
from them,
being
but the gay community was
accepted
not
as
the most recent.
I'm talking about as a protected class. They just got.
There is no protected class.
Now I know why.
It doesn't exist.
Now I know why Rice Krispie sent me them nitpicks. I get it now.
Well, I just, and then obviously Big Nick,
right?
That was the second guy. I was like, oh, okay.
I love Big Nick.
So all right, I think we're getting.
First time I heard
that same
Big
thing
Nick
that
is
you
all
just
I
said.
thought was.
Hang on a second, man.
Go ahead.
I what you just said, DJ K-Dot, about knowing that mentality and how you have to grow up raised in knowing what to do and when to do it and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the same thing from our local police chief here. And he's black, and he told me he grew up in this neighborhood, and he knows, because I moved out in the country, man. I never heard more gunshots than out here. Growing up in the hood in Miami, there's more gunshots out here.
Y'all be wild.
I live in the boondocks.
Yeah, that's where I am. But the police chief here is black, and he ousted the last police chief, who was from Hollywood, because he was trying to bring some bullshit corruption from South Florida up here. And this guy told me that same exact thing that you just said, how he was raised in that mentality, and he knows about racism, and he's fighting it in a legit way. And I'm so like, I could drop my shoulders here too, you know?
Yeah, and
like, this place is all right.
And I've showed a lot of my black constituents my videos, and they were like, you're fucking crazy. For sure. The first thing that come up, man, you black, you don't mess with cops like that. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But then they started really listening to the videos, and now they're like, yo, I did what you did.
Yeah.
and said I didn't answer questions, and I told them,
Have you seen the O.J. Jackson channel?
Yeah.
That dude, I mean, that guy does. That's another thing, is a lot of black people who do this do open carry too. They're open carry.
Well, no. Well,
Well,
no.
yeah,
Hang on.
was the first,
Hang
was
on.
the first one I
Hang
saw.
on. Not just open carry. They scratch the itch on their back. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm itching my back, man.
No, I've only seen one dude do that.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well,
I got a real quick shameless plug. Real quick shameless plug. I'd like to say welcome in Ross Khan. I see you.
Oh, Ross Khan.
Ross is always lurking, just to let y'all know. And my second shameless plug is Big Man Audits is the real Chuck Bronson. Just saying.
Hey man.
Hey, Tom.
Ross Khan is
Hey,
actually
Tom.
a serial killer on my channel. That's the top tier membership. So shout out to Ross Khan. I only got one at least. Thank you.
Hey,
I gotta give my shout out to Chuck Bronson. Bronson, no, for real, because Bronson's the one who showed me what to do. He's the one who took me around and kind of quote unquote trained me. You know what I'm saying? So, I owe a lot to him. That's who got me into this. So,
Well,
everybody was talking about who got him into this type of stuff. So.
Hey,
Tom.
so today, hang on real quick, K-Dot. So today, Chuck Bronson was going and getting FOIA requests and paying for them with change. It was fucking hilarious. And I was in his chat. This was earlier today during the day. I was in his chat and I kept writing, Big Man Audits is the real Chuck Bronson. I wrote it like 10 times, real big. Big Man Audits is the real Chuck Bronson. He wouldn't even read it.
I'm surprised you didn't time me out.
What's the other one? AFA was Chuck Bronson before Chuck Bronson was Chuck Bronson.
Right.
Yeah. Her AFA was Chuck Bronson first.
So what you got, K-Dot? I'm sorry.
I just realized that Panda was at the damn city council meeting.
And you didn't talk to him?
No, I didn't realize it. I didn't.
Oh man.
He had a hat on and
that's your buddy.
Yeah, I'm like, and I was like, damn, that voice sounds fucking familiar.
He was hiding from you.
I'm gonna see him again.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Because I would have called his ass out on the mic too.
Out of all the shows, though, man, out of all your shows that I watched, Panda's show, that Smoke show with Panda, that was probably the best one, man. That was a good show.
Yeah,
it turned out to be a great show in the end, and I give Panda his props because he stayed up there. He took it like a man, and he said what he said, but he took everything like a man up there.
I would agree.
Until I proved that I knew who the hell he was, that's what he bitched out on us. It was like, damn it.
He rage quit.
Yeah, I was fixing to say he didn't rage quit, and then y'all say that.
he stayed up there. He was taking everything with stride. I mean, even somebody made a comment about what his name was and all that in the chat. I didn't even realize it, but I already had it.
And K-Dot freaked out.
I was already on him, and I found that he had gotten the Martin Luther King Award while he was in college. So I congratulated him on it.
Nice.
And when I did that, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm out late."
Gone.
That's awesome. Hey, you guys, though, we're at 3 hours, man. And when we started, believe it or not, we were sitting backstage, Road Dogs, Heather, and AJ, and we were like, this ain't going to be a long one because we did a 4.5 hour stream last night. But you know what?
That means a great deal to me. I appreciate that.
People like watching us, man.
Ross Khan's first, too.
Yeah. Hey, she put that. She said Rice Krispie was my first. I almost pinned it and was like, what do you mean, Ross? What do you mean Rice Krispie was your first? Huh?
She was my first, too. She was my first member.
Well, she's asking about 5150. Has anybody seen her in a while?
You got it, man.
It wasn't too long ago that I saw her. She's probably just, taking one of those breaks. She's not in trouble or anything. I hope.
I haven't seen anything from Accurate Amanda lately either, but that could be.
Oh, she just had
a
video.
She dropped one today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then hold on. Then it's just YouTube
Yeah.
messing around with things.
Check your subscription. They might have unsubbed you from her.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
You sure you meant Acura Amanda, not someone else? Because
Acura Amanda.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she was just live.
That's where I was on the
with
city
Crispy the
commission
other day.
speaking.
Yeah, hey,
her channel.
dude,
Yeah, I
she
love
had me.
Acura Amanda.
Hey, Amanda had me dying.
Oh, during that council meeting.
Yeah, when she was looking at that cop, the chief of police, dude, and she
You're
had
a
him over
liar.
her shoulder. Yeah, and she was like, "You're a liar." Dude, that shit was fucking hilarious.
He was making faces.
Oh,
he
hang
had
on,
his
y'all.
arms crossed.
One of our co-hosts is going to bed on us. One of the co-hosts is going to bed. I got to pin the comment.
It's got to be AJ.
AJ, yeah.
Good night, AJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good night, AJ.
AJ, we love you. Family for life.
Hey, Toe, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I gotta get Big Head up in the morning. My son.
Yeah.
Man,
Man, we appreciate
you having
you.
me on the show, man.
We appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming
Well,
up, man. You guys.
Great seeing you again, DJ Kate. I hope to see you again next month.
We've got something from Great Lake Audit to Rights Crispy. He says he's got the demeanor I strive for, calm until necessary, but doesn't do the dumb shit that I do.
That's why I don't do audits, because I've seen Rights Crispy get arrested, and he was very calm about it. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. He would reach to arrest me, and I'd be breaking bones. I can't. No,
Once you're violent, they know exactly how to deal with you. Don't ever do that, brother. Please. Don't.
Yeah, once I got you in the handcuffs, just let him.
I just watched the guy get smoked earlier today. He was drunk driving. He ran somebody off the road, and he had a knife when the EMTs were trying to take care of his son. Did you guys see that body cam that just came out from January of this year? And oh man, and he's walking around with the knife, and the cops just fucking lit him up. They were like, "Yeah, we get to kill somebody today, man." So don't ever try,
I'm a better shot than they are.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about. There's a difference between them coming on your land and coming to get you versus you doing an audit and them putting you in jail in like City Hall or something like that. Don't open fire at City Hall.
Lord no.
Well, I appreciate everybody on this panel, man. I appreciate you, Toe, Rogue, Diggity Dog. What's up, man? Rice Crispy, nothing but love for you, brother. Wolf's Den, you already know how I feel about you,
brother, all day.
Big Man Audits, my guy, Heather, love, always.
I love you too, K-Dog.
I will try to not get arrested this month. So
yeah, because Rights Crispy will be there next month. So do not get arrested this month because you guys need to hook up because that's going to be some good stuff there.
Well, if I do get arrested, it'll be the 2 months after. I got you. All right, got you.
Yeah, you got to do a live.
All right, yeah. Just
postpone your arrest.
And I'm sure, and I'm sure Rights is probably thinking, yeah, get arrested after I meet up with you and leave.
Yeah,
you don't want to get arrested.
Rice Krispie, just pick it in front of the jail. That's all. Just.
And make sure when you guys hook up, you go live.
All right, K-Dot, man. We love you, brother, man. Thanks for coming in.
Love you right back, man. Appreciate y'all.
Take care, K-Dot.
All right.
Toodles.
Thanks, you guys.
So yeah, Wolves Den on that point, man, that very important point. Have you read the Iliad or the Odyssey or the Odyssey?
The Odyssey?
Homer's epic poem, yeah.
Yeah, I believe I have, but
it's a great father and son type story.
My mind isn't what it used to be since the stroke.
When Odysseus first got back home, he was in disguise and he told his son, like, wait for the right moment. Wait for the right moment. Like these kings that wanted to take my throne, I know you want to kill them. I know they've been abusing you, but wait for the right moment. And when he had that test that only Odysseus can do by shooting the arrow through the axe's hilts or handles, whatever, loops, that was his signal for his son to attack. He was like, now we do it. Wait for the signal.
Yep.
So don't shoot up City Hall, please. Let me put it in Muslim terms.
To go shoot up City Hall.
No, I know. No, but look at Islam, right? There's different sects of Islam, and they're the very like and I'm sorry, Toe for Life. May I please speak about this religious thing real quick?
Real quick, man. I'll let it slide for you.
It's in context. It's in context.
Right. In Islam, there's a sect called Wahhabi. Wahhabism is very fundamentalist, and like there's three things you could do if you're not a Wahhabi Muslim. You could either convert, you could pay the taxes, or you could get your head chopped off. That's all they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
So Saudi Arabia is headed by Wahhabis, right? And we're their allies. So we're paying the tax right now. And ISIS and ISIL and all those freaks, they took off and they didn't wait for the signal. And Saudi Arabia was like, hey, they're paying their taxes still. We can't chop heads off. Stop. You're just So don't go ISIS on me.
No. Dude, you don't understand. I've been doing this. You're a young man. I'm probably in your 30s.
No, I'm 47. I'll be 47.
Holy shit! You look like you're young.
The strict diet of whiskey and
I've
cigarettes.
been doing this. I've been doing.
But I quit smoking.
I've been doing Patriot stuff. My constitutional purist since around 1990. And I started doing Patriot shows in the mid 2000s. I was on the radio, several different radio shows. And I had my own show up until I had a stroke in 2018. So I'm just getting back into it. But I used to be one of those people that I was a shot caller. I was the one that said when do we go do this? When do we go fight this and stuff like that? One of my first fights that I actually got ignored on was supporting the First Amendment auditor community. I wanted our group, our large national group, to verbally and come out and support and protect you guys while you did this. And they all said no, because we are, the quote unquote patriot community is supposed to protect law enforcement. And I said, I'm sorry, but I thought our first responsibility was to the Constitution, not the government. So I left.
Good for you.
All right. I'd had enough. I started backing down. Eventually, they took me off the national board. And, I'm not part of them anymore. I'm here. I'm doing my thing. Yeah. My job has always been a fighter and an educator. Now I'm in a lot worse health. And I'm probably not going to live much longer. So I'm going to try to educate everybody I can on what their rights are and how to survive defending your rights and how to survive the shit that's going to be coming up. Because it's coming, and it's coming soon.
And that's why
Biden confirmed that today. Just so you know, or yesterday.
Have you seen James Freeman or Bao talking to those guys? Hey, Second Amendment and support the Back to Blue and all that. Like, who do you think's coming to take your guns, man? They called them out on it, and they don't even see it. They don't see.
I did a 9-part series on what law enforcement's responsibility and what their actions are going to be during shit hits the fan, and the days before when shit hits the fan. And their responsibility is going to be take our guns, take our rights. And what are they doing? They're taking our rights.
Paralegals who went out with me and Rogue in Miami, and they did a couple of videos, and then they got into a lawsuit and they stopped doing their channel. But they work for a law firm. And one of the videos they did, they went to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, and they asked the deputies, like, I forget how he phrased it, but he was saying something like, when the fire dies down, whose side are you going to be on? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the deputy was stunned. And I think San Joaquin highlighted, and he was like, that's the fucking question right there, folks.
Right.
That's the fucking question. Whose side are they on? Whose side are you on? You know, are you on the side of the government that keeps you nice and safe and secure? Or are you on the side of freedom that is dangerous and fucking beautiful with big titties?
I flat out stated from the beginning when I started getting involved with 3%ers and stuff like that I'm on the side of the Constitution. Period. There is no question. All right. No question at all. If you want to question it, come to my house. We'll step out behind the woodshed and we'll see who comes out. Because I am on the side of the Constitution. I don't care what you say. Okay? I'm not a BLM supporter.
Well, the beauty of the Constitution is what I was saying about the growth.
Yeah, but I will stand behind their message and their right to get their message across. And I will defend that with my life because the Constitution says that they have the right to say it. They have the right.
Let me ask you this. This is really important because I have it on every one of my videos, and it's important to me. Number 1, end broken windows policing. Number 2, community oversight boards. Number 3, limit use of force. Number 4, independently investigate and prosecute cops who commit crimes. Number 5, community representation. Number 6, body cameras and recording police training. Number 7, redo training with emphasis on de-escalation. Number 8, end for-profit policing. Number 9, demilitarize police. Number 10, fair police union contracts. Number 11, end the war on drugs and legalize and tax it. Number 12, free all nonviolent drug offenders. Number 13, like I said earlier, end qualified immunity. But that should be number 1.
But all of those 12 steps together will end qualified immunity.
Right. Right. So do you agree with any of those?
Yeah.
Do you disagree with any of them?
No.
Then you support BLM because that's their mission statement. That was the original one before it got perverted into the communist.
Okay, let me understand.
That changed. I'm talking about original.
The original message, yes, I supported them 100%.
And then the narrative changed by social engineers, people who are not really BLM. BLM is not the people who you think.
I know, but what it became is what I don't support.
What I showed you is what it is, and what it has always been. The narrative has changed by other people who want you to think that cities were burned down when it was in fact an AutoZone and a football Hall of Fame that burned down, or a Target. You know what I mean? That cities did not burn down, and people were protesting against police brutality, not just against racial and social injustice, but police brutality is something that we're all against, right?
Okay, yes.
They didn't want that power going to the people, so the social engineers worked overtime to change the narrative and vilify and politicize it from one side to the other. And it made you think that you don't believe these things. You said that. I don't stand for BLM. But Black Lives Matter is not just a group. It's a phrase that it's true. All lives matter. Black lives have to matter first. For all lives to matter.
All lives to matter. That's the message I support.
Right.
Okay.
Right on.
What I don't support is getting high five. What I don't support is involving innocents. Okay. You have a problem with the cops, go after the cops. You have a problem with the government, you go after the government. All right.
Yeah.
The liquor store that got burned down in Kenosha. No, that man worked very hard to build what he had.
There are people who audit car dealerships. People audit car dealerships, and I tell them, you know what? If you're going to order a private company, go after Raytheon or Boeing.
Oh, absolutely.
Or McDonnell Douglas or weapons manufacturers. You know what I mean?
But
they're like, no, it's my right. It's my right to do this.
But do you understand how much money from the government goes into those dealerships?
Right. But aside from that, it's I think it was John F. Kennedy who said that those who make peaceful protest inevitable make violent protest, or peaceful protest impossible make violent protest inevitable.
Right.
You know, and it's
coming, and that's part of it that I looked at. That's part of it that I looked at. Okay, and I know it's coming. Okay, but using that as an excuse to destroy other people is not where you need to be. You are not winning a heart and a mind with that.
Yeah, and you're not the message. You're not going to get an argument from me that there were a lot of stupid people doing a lot of stupid things, but those things were overblown and highlighted over anything else. What was really happening was people were angry at the system that is fucking them. And maybe they saw 1 or 2 or 10 people, but all the greenie weenies in Portland who took over like 2-3 city blocks.
Yeah.
Do you think that was an actual like takeover, or we could wipe them out in a second? And we started doing it by sending in Gestapo type people to take citizen journalists into custody until they threatened to call a lawyer, and then they released them. When I heard about that, I was like, damn, we have not learned anything in the last 60 years. We learned how not to do that shit, and we fucking did it. Like, you gotta let the greenie weenies play their game out until they're done, and then everybody else who is willing to have a responsible, respectful dialogue create the change and pin our hopes on reality instead of a bullshit illusion that takes us into Fantasy Island.
Right. But let's look at facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Facts.
Yes.
When BLM hooked up with Antifa, all right, Antifa has been around since 1918. Okay. They're nothing new. All right. They were useless and ill-informed back then. They're useless and ill-informed now. Okay. But when they hooked up and then the Antifa became violent, which is what their job is, to be violent, they took over the movement. And I agree with the fact that not all lives matter.
I went to a protest. I went to several protests in 2020, and I wore a Hawaiian shirt like I always wear in the summer here because that's my stilo. You know, I like wearing Hawaiian shirts and a crispy one at that. You know, it was like the crispy colors.
Yeah.
And some guys, black gas mask, Antifa, definitely Antifa, walking behind me were like, "Hey man, are you a groiper?" I was like,
"Are you a Proud Boy?"
What the fuck are you talking about, a groiper? I've never heard of a groiper. So I guess groipers are racists, and they thought I was one. And not knowing me by my last name, Vargas, they didn't know that I was Latino by my mother. And my father's Irish. I told them, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, no, I'm not.
You don't know.
A groiper. I don't even know what that is. And he's like, "Oh, all right, you're good then." I'm like, "No, you're good, because you're not going to continue this. Get out of here." You know, you're not threatening me. These people were 4 or 5 people that I saw the entire day. The rest of the day, there was people who were fed up with fucking getting hunted down, because if you're poor in this country, whether you're black or white, they're hunting you because you're costing the system. If they put you in a cage, they'll make 40 to 50 grand a year. That's a fact. We're dealing in facts, right? That's a fact.
Yep.
I didn't know that Antifa hooked up with BLM. I didn't know that was a fact. I didn't know that there was an actual meeting, because BLM doesn't ever have a centralized group of people that can actually speak for the entire movement. There's a few people who have hijacked the idea, and they say that they are, and they have you contributing to the fucking Biden administration or some shit like that. but don't believe them. There's the actual real
actually, I
movement
went to the
where
protest
people's
in Tulsa.
real lives matter, and they get together and they go and they make protests in front of a police station that should be made. You know,
I went to the protest in Tulsa. You know, where they were climbing on the guy's truck and he took off.
Yeah, Jimmy.
You're popping.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting up though.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I lost my internet, dude. I thought the whole stream went down. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
oh,
you're
you
breaking
lost
up pretty
control.
bad.
We're still live, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Road
that's
Dog's got control.
The monkeys are running the zoo.
I
No,
went
it's
to
a
that
good thing they
protest.
share control.
Right, right. I went to that protest, and the quote unquote BLM leader and the Antifa quote unquote leader, they were hand in hand, you know, talking about what they're going to do and what they're going to do next. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay. It's, you know, not saying everyone is like that, but what I saw myself with my own eyes dropped me back. I will still, for Antifa, for BLM, for any group, I will stand up for your constitutional rights, and I will die for those constitutional rights. I will protect them with my life. Okay? I'm one of those people that believe in the Constitution. I'm a true believer. All right? So I may not agree with your message. I may not agree how you're getting your message across, but I will stand and fight for you to get that message across.
I will stand and fight for everybody's right to, you know, for their thing up to a point. Like there are some people that I'm like, you're on your own, buddy. Like KKK, yes, it's your right to wear your white pointy hood, but I'm not gonna die for your right to do that. If they say you're gonna shoot me, I'm gonna say shoot him first.
I will stand up for their rights to spew their rhetoric, their hateful rhetoric.
Right.
I don't agree with it.
Right.
All right. But that's the point of the First Amendment. That section of the First Amendment that says freedom of speech. I don't have to agree with it. I just have to acknowledge that they have a right to say it. Okay. Where it crosses the line, and I will come down on you like a ton of bricks, is when you start doing harm to others and causing harm to others that are not involved. The quote unquote innocence. Okay. That's where I draw the line. All right. Say what you want to say. I will defend your right to say it. But if you hurt somebody or you violate someone else's rights, no, we're done. You just became a non-citizen because the Constitution says you must maintain your citizenship in good standing, and it also says the definition of good standing is you're not violating someone else's rights.
Right.
That's the definition of maintain in good standing. You do not violate others' rights.
Yep, and a lot of that stuff got out of control, and that's
got
what
out
we
of
call the boiling point. And the boiling point happens.
Well, they haven't seen the boiling point.
Right.
People who are not looking, they don't know where the boiling point is. I'll tell you where it is. The boiling point is when you start taking away from those who just want to be left alone. I love your rights. You have your rights. I have my rights. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. Let me live my life. When you take that away, that's a boiling point. That's going to be like Mount Vesuvius going on top of Pompeii. All right. It's done. It's over with. This country is done. We'll be forming a new broken states. It will no longer be united. It'll be broken. That's when you know shit's going to happen, because you're going to see people rise up in mass that are just want to be left alone. And there will be pain. There will be carnage. There will be things done that people will not understand. They can't fathom that much because
unless they watch The Walking Dead. It's gonna be kind of like that.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I know you're making light of what I'm saying because what I'm saying is
no, dude. I have a fucking awesome garden back here. I have a above ground swimming pool / water. I know what you're talking about, man. We're prepared.
Yeah,
I've always been a prepper, and I've always been a
survivor
survivalist because I just love all that shit. I not because doom and gloom. I just love eating the pantries, the Campers Pride Pantry Pride. What's it called again? Backpackers Pantry.
Yeah,
that's a good the coconut rice and black beans. So good.
That's going to be one of the major portions of my show is going to be survival and how to survive. The new gardens going in.
Well, there's a difference between survival and prepping, and I'm going to show that on my other channels also. I have a couple other channels. I'll have one about survival, like how to start a fire with nothing but a Ziploc bag. You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Fill it up with water.
I know. Fill it up with water and sun.
Shine it on. Right. Yep. That's one way. And my prepping channel is going to show like how we have an aquaponics system, cleaning stuff out. You know what I mean? Aquaponics and maybe, you know, I'm gonna do that. But have you ever heard of a vertical axis wind turbine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit like that. And like we don't have a lot of wind down here, but we can help other people.
I'm eventually going to be showing if we can get long enough and get deep enough into that. I'll be showing people how to make diesel fuel out of their grass clippings.
Nice.
I just saw a video not long ago of a guy on an island. It's a little island, and any of the plastic bottles that come up on shore, they turn that into diesel.
Well, yeah, that's already
it's a petroleum product.
So but you're taking the grass, and what are you gonna like compress it down into where it becomes like oil?
Well, with diesel with grass clippings, all right, is you let them mulch and then you liquefy it.
Right. Okay.
Then you strain it. All right, and then you do the same process over and over again. I'm also going to show people how if they have a gas vehicle, how you can get 500 miles to a gallon of gas.
Oh shit! Speaking of which, HPR News is here. I know HPR started another channel where he's building something on a trailer, but I haven't gotten a chance to see it. Somebody please put HPR's channel up so I can click on it.
There's a lot of people out here with good information. I'm just another addition to the field. I've been doing it for a long time.
Have you ever heard of Advoco Makes? He's a Russian guy who lives out in the woods, but he has the most ingenious beekeeping thing because, yeah, you could buy gold and silver off of Fox News or whatever, but if you have honey when the fire dies down, you got gold. You got toilet paper, honey, you can buy as many bricks of gold and silver as you want.
What's the most valuable product going to be after, shit hits the fan? Everybody thinks it's gold, ammo. No.
Honey
and coffee.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the two most valuable products. Not gold, not silver, not platinum, no precious gems, no precious metals. Those are going to get you killed. Okay? Because everybody has the mindset that that's value. All right? Your honey that you can store anywhere.
Yep.
Okay? You can put it in a jar and store it anywhere. Your coffee. Coffee is going to be a big one because that's going to be a major shortage.
There are probably a lot of people who know about honey and they've already tried their hand and they're like, oh man, that costs so much money and that it's so hard to keep and they'll fucking decolonize after a while. If you watch the Advoco Makes version of it, he has clear containers in a tier system, so they don't decolonize. They just drop down naturally to the next one, and you can watch it because it's in a clear container.
You
It's so amazing the way he does it.
You got to watch the Bee Man on YouTube. Tells you how to take care of your beehives so they don't decolonize. Tells you how to separate your queens as they come. So you can separate two warring queens and create two separate colonies. You know, so
my wife's grandfather was an entomologist, professor emeritus here at the University of Florida, and his specialty was bees. And we have 4 years of life left when the last bee dies. You know, if we can't have bees, we don't have life on Earth. Really, it's like
I'm just now seeing bees after being on this property. All right, for 4 years, I'm just now seeing bees come back. I mean, and the previous owner said he's never seen a bee on his property. I'm allergic to bees. Okay, I got stung once at football practice like 72 times, and ever since then, I'm allergic to bees. I haven't been stung since, so I don't know. You know, I got stung once, which is where they said, now you're allergic to bees, but I haven't been stung since that time. And that was, 25 years ago, 35 years ago. And I don't want to get stung, but if it comes down to the survival of my family, of my kids, I'll take that risk.
But see, when you said you want to just be left alone, you have to have a community. You can't do it all yourself.
No. That's not. No. Don't misunderstand me.
Okay. Because you have the beekeeper in your community. You don't have to keep them yourself. Let him do that.
I have a community. Okay, and it's not a large community. The larger your community is, the worse you're going to have it, because loose lips sink ships. All right.
It's just like camping and survivalism.
Right.
The more stuff you need, the less good at it you are.
Right.
The less stuff you need, the more good at it you are.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, they're talking about having all these different ways to start fire without fire. And I'm like, okay, you do realize that in the modern age, survivalism has changed. It's no longer having the charcoal cloth. All right. It's no longer having, keeping a nest with a coal in it. All right. That's great stuff for TV and, for, what's that show? Naked and Afraid. Yeah. Good stuff for that. Okay. We're in a modern age. Stock up. Don't be stupid. Stock up on stuff. Lighters. Oh my God. Best Zippo lighters and Zippo fluid. Stock up on that shit.
Yep.
You need a half a teaspoon.
Fluid. You still have the flint.
Yeah, you need a half a teaspoon of lighter fluid. All right, of the Ronson or the Zippo or whatever. You need a half a teaspoon to start a fire. And you may, depending on the weather, have to start another fire a week later. So that's it. You've got a fire. All right. With fire, you now have warmth, light, food, water. All right. And a dependable heat source for when it gets cold. It's simple stuff. So out of that one little thing, you've got 5 different pluses to storing Ronson. All right.
You have clean water, not necessarily
water. Clean water. Yeah. drinkable water. That's what I mean when I say water. You have water.
Like,
All right,
because if
you have water, if you have water on your property, like I do, okay, I actually own a creek on my property, but that creek upstream has a lot of cattle. I can't drink that water. I have to purify it.
What if that creek dries up? What if the guy, when the fire dies down, he has no regulations from the code enforcement coming around to bother him, and he dams up that creek and he keeps all the water for himself?
On his property, I'm at the start of the creek. On his property, it's all underground.
Oh, okay.
So,
but what if he taps into it and he dries it out with a well?
If you look at your geological surveys,
yeah,
all right, you couldn't reduce. If every single person on the planet drank a gallon of water a day, you would barely dent the water reserve that's underneath the United States. This water reserve underground goes from Montana, all right, all the way down through Texas.
Okay. Well, I'm in Florida, and we have the Biscayne Aquifer and the Florida Aquifer. It's a big, giant sheet of limestone rock under the ground.
Yep.
And my well goes down 65 feet. It goes down 100 feet, but the water table is at 65 feet.
Right. That's where you want.
Mine's over 300.
Yeah, no, I've got friends who are is deeper than that, but in California and stuff. But if that water table gets contaminated with something, like it already is, everybody flushes their medications down. You're drinking Percocet every day out of the tap water.
Oh yeah, out
you know
of
what
tap
I mean?
water. Yeah,
that's all in there.
Yeah,
so
they recycle tap water.
What I have planned for in advance of that is a cistern collecting rainwater.
Yeah,
and
I've got
you
that
can
too.
do that in 49 of the 50 states legally. Unfortunately, Colorado is the only state that you're not allowed to collect rainwater in.
California, you're not allowed to collect them in California either.
Yeah, you can. It's Colorado.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
According to the
No,
lawsuit,
it's just Colorado. I looked it up recently because I'm getting a cistern, a big giant cistern to collect all the water that I'll purify.
Yeah, I grew up out in California. We used to do it all the time.
Yeah, there was a guy
on the property I was on. It was not illegal.
There was a guy in California who owned a dealership, a used car dealership, and they had part of their perk was they had free car washes. Okay, and he was collecting rainwater off the roof of his building and recycling it through the car wash. Okay, and I'll have to look up. I have the actual case information somewhere in the house. I'll have to find it. But the EPA in California went after him because he was withholding water.
Well, as a commercial realtor, I can tell you that if somebody told me that they wanted to sell their car wash, I would always tell them you're going to have so much trouble with the EPA. If you have a dry cleaner or a car wash, you have EPA trouble.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's against the law in the state of California. It is not.
There's other cases. There's other.
It may have been a city code or something he was in, possibly.
There's other issues with other people that had done it. I know in Oregon, one guy dammed up a beaver dam. You know, he just let it go as a beaver dam, and he helped reinforce it. And they took the dynamite and blew up that dam because they said he was stopping the flow of water downstream, even though it wasn't. But it was on his property. It was on his property.
Let me give you this example also. This is a true example of my family's property in Dominican Republic. I grew up jumping in this little creek. I went out there every summer and every winter break, and I had my chores on that farm. I used to herd cattle on horseback at 6 years old with a bullwhip. I dug clay out of the bottom of that river and made pottery and shit out of it, man. And I would jump off this little cliff in that water, and it's so refreshing. That was like my bath for the day, you know? And now there's a factory or some shit
Yep.
So, I mean, there's that. That's why I'm saying get it out of the clouds, people.
Right.
When you get it out of the clouds and contain it in a cistern, anything can happen in that cistern, and you could clean that water.
Right.
But it's coming down from the sky. That's the way to look at it.
Well, I'm putting the creek that I have is an emergency. Absolute must use, can purify it. I have the material to purify it. I have the coal, the sand, all that stuff that if I need to do it that way, I've got bleach, I've got other stuff to purify it. Of course, we've got fire to purify it. But think how bad it is for the people in the Potomac.
Yeah.
How nasty that water is. Or the Hudson. Oh my God. When I was a kid, we lived in West Point, New York.
People think Flint, Michigan is the only place that had that happen because
no, they're not even close. They're not even the first. But the Hudson used to be so dirty that fish literally were leaving the Hudson River. That's how bad.
Wasn't there a river in
the
Philadelphia that caught fire in the 70s?
Yep. There was a they were dumping so much chemicals in there that literally the river caught fire.
Yep.
And
well, guys, I hate to do it. We need to shut down.
Yeah.
Toe keeps losing signal.
All right.
Are you back, Toe, or you
it's
kind of
2 a.m. You know, my family and I, we went camping in the backyard last night. The little kids loved it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We did that.
I'll show you a picture.
But it was cold as hell, and I didn't want to get my sleeping bag out because I don't want to pack it up. And I've got a Whoopee, the Marine Corps Whoopee, in there and everything. You know that thing will keep you warm. I didn't pull that out, so I froze my ass off all night. Like,
See, that's one thing
I didn't sleep, but I took a long nap this afternoon, and that's why I'm still awake.
We can, but you're breaking up real bad.
Real bad.
So,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just
you're good.
Real quick before you shut it down, Road. That's one of the things I teach people is that prepare for both of your environments, not just the one you have during the day, all right, but also the one you have at night. We did a thing down in Arizona where it was 98 and 99 and 102 degrees the weekend we were there. And at night it was 45 degrees. And how many people were freezing and going into hypothermia because it was so cold at night in the desert.
Wow, it was 45 degrees here last night.
Yeah. So I mean,
I was just under regular bed sheets. We have an inflatable mattress in that tent. But.
Yeah.
and I had a nice warm sleeping bag on the side of that mattress on the bottom of the tent. I put it in there and I was going to use it. I just didn't feel like packing it back up again today.
Right. Well, that Whoopee is not exactly easy to pack.
No, it's not. It's so much. It's over everything.
HPR, are you talking about starting a panel right now? Is that what you're talking about?
I think he is.
I'm on board.
Guys, I was going to verify if that's the case. You guys can kind of go over there. And then if not, HPR, I think we're supposed to start doing Wolf Den News is wanting to do a panel on this subject, and we're going to be starting it tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're going to be covering
so definitely check it out. Well, we're going to have to get together for the time and all that kind of stuff, but I'll email you as soon as I know.
I don't have
the he said he's setting it up right now, so
all right.
Cool.
He's setting up
okay,
live
yeah,
right
so
now. Hang on.
I'm going to give you
in this live stream. I want to read something to you, Wolves Den, when we have more time after this.
Oh, definitely.
Before we go over there.
Yeah.
Or should I read it now?
Well, I thought Road Dog would shut us down. We can.
All right. I am not an advocate.
Okay. Right. HPR's backup channel, the Survivalist channel, is down in chat.
Oh, all right. Right on.
It's the Vardo Chillin' Gypsy Villain channel.
Okay, did you want to read that backstage, or did you want to read it on the show?
No, about being a constitutionalist is understanding that it's a beautiful experiment.
Yeah,
we started, and it's evolving. And I am not an advocate for frequent changes in laws and constitutions, but laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. As that becomes more developed, more enlightened, as new discoveries are made, new truths discovered, and manners and opinions change with the change of circumstances, institutions must advance also to keep pace with the times. We might as well require a man to wear still the coat which fitted him when a boy, as civilized society to remain even under their own barbarous ancestors.
Yep.
So Ken Burns came out with an awesome documentary on Benjamin Franklin on PBS in the last few days. And Ben Franklin, even after the Constitution, he was like, you know what, guys? I'm the president of the Pennsylvania abolitionist movement. I think we got to get rid of the three-fifths thing, man. And they were like, no, we're Southern states. Fuck that. And he's like, fine, but I don't like it. And we got to evolve. We got to know that's not the right way to look at things.
Yep, but it was also Ben Franklin who said the Constitution, all right, should always be growing and changing. Never to take from the Constitution, but always to add.
That's exactly what I just read. Even though that quote was from Thomas Jefferson, what I just read. That's written on the inside of the Jefferson Memorial in DC. I took that picture.
It should always be the Constitution should always be adjusting and changing. All right.
Right.
Always to
All right,
add.
well, let's shut this thing down, man. Because I'm losing signal here.
All right,
I love you guys, man. Right. Thanks, brother. You know I love you, brother.
Man. I've been meaning to come on. I got tied up before,
That's all good, man. Good. I told you it ain't no big deal. I mean, when you come when you can. You know what I mean? We got lives out here.
You know, right? You're welcome here anytime.
Thanks, fellas.
You know that.
You're the first person that he mentioned when Road Dogg and I hooked up on K-Dot show. You're the first person he mentioned that I need to get you with. The first person.
Yeah, because I know you're like all big on the Constitution, and so was he. So I figured you guys tossing ideas would make an awesome show.
And HPR fits right in with them too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I wanted to let everybody know that we were talking about doing that show tomorrow. I have no idea what time he was thinking. But
between 8 and 9.
Both of you guys are welcome to jump over there, and we can actually continue this conversation if you guys want. But I do want to thank everybody that came in, everybody up on panel. And yes, I am not Toph for life because I cannot do what he does, where he does the little hand signals and all that. But Wolves Den,
drop that fucking shit. We're out. I'll do it.
All of that. Love you guys. And yes, we're gonna do the fuck this shit. We're out. If I can figure out where it's at, because he always does it. I gotta figure out. Oh, here it is.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop.
This shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Alright. Can you guys hear me? Just mic check real quick.
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're breaking up kind of bad, but we got you.
All right. Well, if I ain't breaking up too goddamn bad, I'd like to say thanks everybody. Rice Krispie, Wolves Den, Heather Holt, my co-host, AJ, my co-host, Big Man, my co-host. Thank you guys all for being here. And we love you guys, all the mods, all the chatters in the chats. We love you guys. If you guys can hear me, you guys are awesome. That's why we keep coming back 3 nights a week. It was a great show. Another long one, 4 hours. So I love you. You got anything, Road Dogs?
Other than thank everybody for coming in. Love you guys, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. Well, here it is, y'all. This is the Road and Toe Show, episode 38. I am your host, Toe for motherfucking life. This is my host, Road Dogs Media, and we out this bitch. Toodles, y'all.
Later.